Listen, hey, people. What's today, Wednesday? Happy Wednesday. It's trending topics. I'm trying to fix my lighting over here. I don't know which lighting is better, but happy Wednesday, everybody. Okay, it's trending topics, and I hope that y'all having an amazing day. We got a nice lineup, and we kind of lightened it up. Okay, we kind of lightened it up a little bit because our last few trending topics, it was a little heavy, okay? Little heavy, so I tried to dig deep and lighten it up a little bit because there was still some more heavy topics that we could have hit on. But I said, you know what? Let's do a U-turn or something here. Let's go down a different road. We was down the wrong road for a minute there. So I said, let me do a U-turn and get us a sort of kind of some lighter stories. And today's trending topics. Listen, thank you, Sylvia. Okay, because thank you guys. Let me thank y'all one more again. I'm gonna thank y'all one more again. The Diva hit 30K, and it's because of y'all. Keep subscribing. Keep hitting that like button. Don't cheat me. Purchase your ticket. Yeah, I covered up the shoulders today. Okay, yes, chilla. My hair is growing, and I really try not to put the scissors to it this time around. We're going to see how long it lasts. I am trying to grow my hair, and I'm going to try to keep the scissors away. But sometimes I get in the mood, and things happen, but I'm going to try, right? So we're lighting it up. And today's trending topic is called Show Me the Money. And why is it called Show Me the Money? Because Brittany Spears' no good, dirty, low down husband, Sam, separated from her, and now he says he's threatening to tell all her secrets unless they renegotiate the prenup. You low down, dirty piece of trash. You know what I would tell him? Thank you to Don. You know what I would tell that trash? Go ahead and tell my secrets, because what more can you tell that the people haven't already seen from me? If you want to be that low down and trashy, be that low down and trashy. But you never gonna get my money. It's a piece of trash. I knew he was a scammer. Come on, misbehaving. He was a scammer from the door. Piece of trash. He's trash. That's why we say, show me the money. Then we're going to talk NeNe Leakes. Now, somebody said to me, which I think is laughable, oh my God, Diva, you always doing stories on NeNe Leakes. The lies you tell. The lies you tell. The only stories I really ever do, when y'all see me do a story, do I not pull up an article? Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. I surely do. I really only do mostly stories that are already out there in the news. I'm not at nobody's house digging in the trash can, looking to see what I can find on them. I'm not pulling up no court documents. I'm not doing none of that. If the story coming out on TMZ, Page 6, the Daily News, the Post, or whatever, I'm going to talk about it. Yes, I am. Okay, and y'all didn't come for me when I did 300 stories on Kim Zolciak breaking up with her husband and her owing the IRS, Target, and all that. Y'all didn't say nothing. But I do a story of NeNe. Oh my God, even you hate NeNe. I don't hate none of these people. I don't know them. And listen, real talk, even people in my life that do me dirty, I don't even hate them. I don't waste my time on hate. I got too much to live for, and I ain't got time to be sitting here personally hating somebody, especially somebody that I don't even know. But if the story's out there, we're going to talk about it. So I'm sorry, NeNe's in the news, and we're going to talk about Miss NeNe Leakes, okay? I'm rich, B. I got Trump checks. Well, use one of them Trump checks to pay your $22,000 bill. Show me the money. All right, now let's talk about it. Then we got this, I think, is it called Bengals? I don't do sports. NFL star. He claimed he had a one-night stand. And this one-night stand is coming for his neck. But see, you know what? That's why you don't need to be loosey-goosey. No, you do not. Don't be sharing your family jewels with everybody, especially a random. But I got stuff to talk about with that. I'm not sure she was just a one-night stand, but if he says she was, then okay. Okay, but we're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about it. Yes, we are. So y'all know what I need in that chat because I'm about to board this train, okay? I got to board the train. I see your people getting your tickets. I'm about to board this train. So y'all know what I need in the chat, right? I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It's Wednesday night and we're doing trending topics. And today's trending topics is dedicated to show me the money, okay? But in the name of Tasha K, maybe some people can't show the money because they just ain't got it. So I'm going to go ahead and board this train with the people that are waiting on the platform. And I think we are already 10 deep. So the platform is on lockdown, okay? We're going to bring the peeps in the building. Hey, E.
Hey, choo choo.
Choo. Hey, Robin.
Hey.
Woo,
I love your laugh, Robin.
You hold it back in the building. You better ask somebody. Hey, Leo. Hey,
Diva.
Hey, Sebastian.
Hey, how are you guys?
Adele, all is well. Hey, the Don. Okay, giving us your presence tonight.
I got back here finally.
Ooh, you got back in the building. Okay, Denzel. Hey, Denzel.
Hey, Diva.
All right, now listen, guys. We're going to go ahead and get right into these stories, and I think I'm going to start with Miss NeNe Leakes. Okay, she was just the other day over there at Carlos King. She told Carlos King she good, she got money, she all right, she doing well, she not hurting for a dime. Well, then why did you not pay the landlords, your ex-landlords, the $22,000 you owed them? Now, hold on, guys. Let's get into this story. I'm going to bring up the article here. Let's bring up this article. Where's the NeNe at? Let me just bring her up. Okay, Miss NeNe Leakes.
Wait, Diva, I want to say something real quick to your subscribers who are saying that you talk about NeNe too much. Well, tell NeNe to not do things so she doesn't have to be talked about.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button, okay? So, NeNe Leakes sued by ex-landlord over alleged unpaid rent for out-of-business swag boutique, okay? So, the swag boutique went out of business and they saying that she owes them some money. So, NeNe Leakes' incarcerated son isn't the only issue. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum is being sued over her non-existent swag boutique after being accused of failing to pay more than $22,000 in unpaid, sorry about that, guys, in unpaid rent by her ex-landlord. In court documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, the landlord at Georgia Shopping Center, Sugarloaf Mills, where her former clothing store stood, alleged Leakes owes a whopping $22,900 after vacating the property in January of 2022. Per the lease agreement. Okay, so they saying, show us the money. The landlord claimed that the ex-Bravo Levity signed an initial lease agreement in 2017 and extended it for another year in 2021. In the lawsuit filed in Fulton County, Georgia on Tuesday, the landlord also included a letter that warned Leakes to pay up or prepare to go to court. So they gave her a letter of warning and she still didn't pay. The letter dated July 19, 2023 stated, based on the foregoing, landlord hereby demands payment in amount of $22,900. Nah, they couldn't drop off the 75 cents. They playing games. Within 10 days from the receipt of this letter, should you fail to pay this amount within 10 days from the receipt of this letter, landlord will pursue all rights and remedies it has, including but not limited to the collection of past due rent, is reasonable attorney fees and court costs pursuant blah 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 blah. FYI, Leakes swag boutiques are no longer operating. She shut down business in 2020 due to the pandemic. The landlord is demanding damages to cover alleged unpaid rent and the attorney fees. And TMZ was the first to report this news. All right, so NeNe owes some money. Okay, E, what are your thoughts on NeNe owing this back rent?
Well, this explains why she was speaking out about this Bravo stuff again and claiming she will return to Roa for the fans. It's not about the fans. It's not for the fans. It's never been for the fans. It's for the money. Mm-hmm. She even went as far as to say she will work with Trump voting and Roach recording Kim Zodiac just to get back in Bravo's good graces. Remember, she said she called Kim to see how she was doing when she heard about the divorce. Girl, please. I say it's good that they sent her a demand letter because they keep seeing her name everywhere. She
Mm.
keeps saying, she's in the headlines and she's so financially well off and so rich. She has so much to say about houses. Remember, she built this house, she built that house, but she can't even pay for the space she's renting. And you had so much to say about what is Candy's business? Tags. Well, Candy's tags are still open in multiple locations. So I really feel like this is all just a culmination and it really just explains what we tried to reiterate previously. NeNe didn't come out for the sake of these other women and these up and coming Black women on the network and the treatment of them and all of that discrimination. NeNe is speaking up simply because the checks dried up. And this is proof. The timing couldn't be any more, and you can't tell me that she didn't get notification prior to that demand letter being sent. You can't tell me she's not getting 1-800 phone calls and spam likely notifications that these people are trying to get in touch with her about this money.
You better talk about it. Okay. Well, listen, Kenya Moore just did her interview with Carlos King, and she said NeNe foreclosed on the house that she built. Literally, I guess. Robin, what are your thoughts?
I'm with E. She needs to keep her trap shut because, right, if you're going to go around boasting and bragging that you are so flush with cash, then there should be no news like this coming out. And, she's in the hunt for a check for sure. That's what I think.
On a hunt for a check. Okay. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Okay, well, mine a little different from everybody else's, okay? Because anybody can file a lawsuit. It's if you win this lawsuit. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens with this lawsuit.
I hear that. You want to do a wait and see. I ain't mad at you. Do a wait and see. Adele, what are your thoughts? You're on mute, Adele.
Baby, NeNe messing with the Wi-Fi. Come on, Adele, come through. Push through.
Adele, I'm gonna
Boy,
come
I
back.
guess NeNe gonna be the blame for everything.
Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
I recall this. I'm a rich itch. I'm cashing Trump checks. I recall all of that. Well, it looks like these Trump checks ain't clearing at all. They're not clearing because you would not be in this situation. Yes, some people have mentioned in the chat maybe the landlord was receiving subsidizing from the pandemic and the assistance that they did give to landlords as well as renters who did not want to pay their rent, but they just kept that subsidy. They just kept it. Well, NeNe, I think today is Greg's birthday actually. Greg was the only thing I liked about NeNe. So Greg's gone, sadly. So NeNe, you better deal with this. And you've been hanging out with Peter Thomas all these times. It's run on you. And you say how Sheree is such a good person. You say Sheree is such a great person and everything in these interviews and saying how she's part of the building of this house. Well, she ran on you too. Now you need to make sure you pay your bills, pay them, pay your bills, pay your son's attorney so we could see if he could ever get out before 2024. But it looks like that's not going to happen. I said it. Yeah. NeNe is just, it went up to her head. You ever seen when clout went up to your head? This is exactly what happened to Vicky Gunvalson. It's happening to NeNe. And Teresa, it was happening to Teresa till she got checked. So, NeNe, fix this. Fix this. Greg is not here to help you anymore. So you need to fix this yourself.
What about Yanni? Yanni's making.
Well, she said it on camera though. I thought she said that Yanni likes the fame too much. That's what she said in verbatim in that Carlos King interview.
She did, but they still together apparently. So why can't maybe Yanni sell a few extra suits and he can help her out, help her clear up this bill?
NeNe got to go back to Club Onyx from back in the days and hit the pole. Got to go down to the paint. Call Uncle Clifford.
Something. Felicia, what are your thoughts?
Good evening, everybody. And damn, Diva, you told her go to your boyfriend, get some money to pay the rent. Whew. Yeah, and the reality is she is an older woman. Sebastian's right. Let her figure it out. Let her pay her bills. And I'm within my opinion. Let's wait.
I hear you. I hear you. Okay, NeNe, they want us to wait and see more details. Leo, what are your thoughts?
We gonna wait and see more details. What we gonna end up seeing is more people coming out front talking about they want their money.
Okay,
Because
period.
I mean, listen, she don't have income coming in like that. Didn't Bethany Frankel tell us that we don't get no residuals on our reality TV, John? So she's not getting. Where does NeNe have income coming in? I'm telling you, she's probably spending what she had on her back for the Carlos King interview was thousands of dollars worth of gear with the stylist and the hair, and the face was beat to the guards. All that stuff has to be paid for, and she don't have income coming in. I'm not saying that the woman is broke. Like, I'm not saying she broke, but I don't see her at the place where she was when she said she was cashing Trump checks. Because see, when you step on people, that's the same people you're going to see on the way down.
You better, That's why they said never burn bridges, right? Because you never know if you're going to be the one that has to go back across it.
Exactly. Or rebuild it.
Right? And then not only that, right? The other part of it is, like you said, Leo, even if it's just us, right? You can have a nice next egg saved, but the minute you don't have stuff still coming in and you got to tap into that next egg, that nest egg will deplete at the blink of an eye.
It dry up quick.
It dry
up quick. Because when was the last time NeNe had a real check coming in, y'all? Where she ain't even making no appearances. She ain't even being a guest host. See, NeNe didn't do what I think that somebody who wants to be entertained.
Somebody said the lounge was closed. Is it
wasn't closed the last time I saw her.
She should have invested in herself. She could be a great game show host. They ain't got to dig up and get Tiffany Haddish. They could have got NeNe for half the check. You know what I mean? It's all kind of things she could have brushed up on. Speaking skills, acting skills. I heard her sing. She got a little bit of a singing voice. It's all kind of things that she can go into that when she had the coin, she should have invested in herself. So she could branch out and do other things. She didn't have foresight. And it's not too late. You know, she could get a mentor or link up with somebody and get something going on. Her and Carlos can come up with a set. It's
Carlos should have paid her. Carlos should have paid her. She got him his first 1 million views. Why didn't he pay her? She gave him an exclusive.
That's facts.
That part.
That's facts. That's facts. And
she's not business minded. She need a mentor. She need to stop. She need to get her butt off her shoulders and start looking for people that can help her build her brand.
Absolutely, I do agree. I mean, maybe it is still open, but you know, the open table says not available.
Well, it's not that. If you go look on Google says permanently closed.
Yeah, so I think it's closing. And you know what? Here's the thing. The restaurant business is very fickle anyway. It's you know, it's a tough business to be in. Yeah, is all I could say. Don, what are your thoughts?
I have some choice words about some things that were said, but I'm going to keep it to NeNe.
Okay.
Usually you're not sued unless you have the money to pay. And I think that she does have the money, but I believe that they're waiting for a settlement. And I mean, obviously she's not worried about it because she was just at 2 nights of the Beyonce concert this past week. So I don't think that she's caring about it, you know, much. And why did they wait 3 years to bring this lawsuit? That's what I'm wondering about. You waited 3 years. Why not bring it, you know, 3 months, 6 months after the lease ran up and there was no payment? Is she about to get a check from somebody and they heard something, you know, and that's why they bring in this lawsuit now? There's just some questions. And she does need to, she spent 22,000 with those 2 nights and those 2 outfits with Beyonce. So if she wanted to keep it out the headlines, she could have paid those people to keep it out the headlines, but it's it's something's not adding up. So yeah, but I'll just keep it to NeNe for now.
I hear you. But let me just throw this out there, food for thought. You said people usually don't get sued unless they got the money to get paid. But Tasha K got sued. She ain't pay that $4 million bill. But a lot of people are saying, why did they wait? So usually from what I know, nobody goes straight to a lawsuit. They normally have sent you bill at the 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 bill that you have ignored. And then they do give you the final call, like, we're giving you 10 days or whatever amount of days. And then if you don't pay up, we're going to go straight to court. There are some people, and I'm not going to say just NeNe in particular, I'm going to take this generic for a minute. There are some people that will ignore their bills and continue to live their best life. Because, that's what they do. They like the front. They like to, put up a front. I think in general, again, not specific to NeNe Leakes, I think in general, a lot of these housewives, they're used to fronting into they're used to that saying, fake it till you make it. A lot of them are more on that TV faking it till they make it. Even when I'm watching that Real Housewives of New York. I forgot the one that's a real estate agent. She pretty much went on Watch What Happens Live and said, well, I can't even tell you how much their house would sell for because they don't own it.
That's what she said. Her name's Erin.
Yeah, she said it. She said straight up, they don't own it. So you got now the new housewives up there on the Real Housewives of New York faking it, right? Acting like they own their brownstone, acting like they own their townhouse, acting like they own their apartment and they're renting. So I think the playbook for Real Housewives 101 is most of them are fraudulent in terms of how much money they really have or don't have, or how they're really managing their money or not managing their money. And they will rather go down up in flames, so to speak, pretending that they have more than they have for the people. And meantime, and back at the ranch, they pretty much starving. So I'm not saying that this is the case with NeNe, but I'm saying that it's not unfamiliar to me that someone will be at a concert, living their best life, and meantime, the bank account is not, living up to what they're claiming it's living up to.
Well, Diva, it's interesting that you say that because, and I'm not sure how many people watched the Kenya interview. Her interview was so insightful because she literally said that she filmed for a few weeks, not knowing if she was going to become a housewife, and she wasn't even getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
That was back then.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if they had that rule in now, how many people would decline, not even wanting to become a housewife because A, they're not even getting paid, and B, you're not even knowing you're going to become a housewife. I think they need to implement that now because it will you will have some tree shaking before, people will even want to join the cast. Who will be real? Who has it?
I think, what though, Don, what I think though, some of these ladies are so desperate to get on the show that they will go ahead and do it anyway.
Courtney.
I feel like they will go ahead and do it anyway because they're so desperate to get on the show. And I really think that truly the people that have money like that, they're not selling themselves to the devil because they don't need it. And not only that, they don't want the world to know that they really got money like that they're filthy rich. They don't. The richest one I think they had on the show, and I think, I think a whole nother thing about her personality is that I want to say Heather Dubrow. Now they got money for real.
Yeah.
They got money for real. They got cash for days.
Well, they're hiding from us that Martell has money because we just found out he bought an Alexander McQueen bag from 2026 that ain't even came out yet. So shout out to Martell.
Okay, come on now. So I'll be shocked if we ever get to the point with this housewife shows that we see somebody that really, really has money. When I read that book, it's upstairs in my room, Not All Diamonds, Roses, whatever, Rose, whatever that guy that wrote the book, they said in that book that so many people that really were of the upper echelon, so to speak, they declined. It was like, we don't want nobody in our business like that. We don't want these people coming to rob us and steal from us and, you know, whatever the case may be. But I do think that maybe they will shuffle a little bit, but I don't know how much they will really shuffle. It's just my opinion. But who am I up to? Because my screen shuffled. Denzel, you could go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I guess the Trump checks dried up.
Mm-hmm.
I looked online, Diva. I went on Google,
Mm-hmm.
and her restaurant is permanently closed.
Yeah.
It says it.
Yeah.
So what in the world happened? You know, you remember when when Greg passed away, rest in peace to him. If I remember correctly, I think she sold the house, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she sold a house that her and
She
Greg was
did?
in. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. So, I don't know. I guess, she was living behind her means because don't got the house anymore, don't have her restaurant anymore. Like,
House sale, to be honest with you, the house sale I can understand, right?
oh yeah, the house, I can understand that part. Yeah.
Yes, just so everybody, yeah, there are others that have money, but what I'm saying is, as many housewives shows there is, you could probably pick out a handful of them at best that really have cash. Yes, Sutton has money, right? Lisa Vanderpump has money, but we can't name a whole bunch. Now we really felt like Kyle Richards had money like that, but now behind the scenes they're saying that her and Mauricio don't really have money like that. They said what's the other girl name on Real Housewives that we also found out that
Dorit.
Erica Jane and her husband didn't really have money like that. They were
Dorit don't have it neither.
Dorit don't have it. You see what I'm trying to say? All these people where we thought has so much money really didn't have it. Garcelle has money, but Garcelle doesn't have the money, the type of money that they were saying we were going to see behind the scenes, behind the gates of all these Real Housewives. And yes, Kathy Hilton has money, but she just got there and she's pretty much a friend of the show.
So it's not that Kathy Hilton is old money. She don't have to flaunt it around to show people. Her money's already on building.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. And listen, and when it comes to a house sale, your profit depends upon how much of the mortgage was already paid. Now, if your house was paid off, then boom, you're gonna get to point whatever, after their money, the lawyer and the real estate agent or whatever, right? But go ahead, continue, Dustin. I'm Denzel.
Okay. But yeah, so I think she needs to go pay her bills. She need to go pay her bills because clearly who's laughing?
I just read comment in the chat. That's all. I'm just laughing at that. Go ahead, Denzel, darling. Go ahead.
No, but I guess she might need to ask the person that she's with to help her pay her bills because clearly, she got sued. So, yeah.
Adele, can you make your comment yet?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry guys. My internet keep on embarrassing me in the streets, okay? I don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
I resemble that remark.
I was trying not to focus on it, but I have to right now. Sorry. Okay, so I wasn't hearing you guys. I was only hearing Diva. So I'm not gonna try to go on the negative with her anyway, because there's so much to say, unfortunately. And my heart hurts me for her, because I believe she's so talented. She's a good actor. I know she keeps on playing herself, but she does it well, right? When she's in a role and she's playing that NeNe character, she does it very well. She did well on Broadway. She did what, and her talent of all of it is that she was the one that really, really was the centerpiece when it came to Atlanta in the beginning. I see where she went wrong. We all see it. I just wish that, you know, even through the whole Greg thing, I thought she was gonna have a redemptive moment because of all the stuff she was going through. But it hurts my heart to know that she went through all of that. And again, all of us been through stuff. If you allow those things you go through to help you, it improves your life and it helps change you. I think Diva, one day you were talking about this, the idea of her, you know, coming from a different place. Instead of every time you go on the camera, you're auditioning for the next NeNe thing. Like, give people their dues. Like, allow yourself to understand that you are not a single person on your own. I know I'm not saying it the way you did it, but it was that's the feel that I got. Like, it wasn't just you. If it was just you, you'd have found something already. But everything that you went on would have been fire. Like, it would just happen. It was right time, right place, right people, right everything. You know, at the end of the day, like I thought the other day when Candy, Kenya, all of them were saying, bring back NeNe, bring back NeNe. All NeNe needs to do was embrace that. Instead, the first chance she gets, she goes and say, oh, they're scum. Like, make it make sense. I really want her to just click into something where it's like, okay, they're trying to help me. Let me find the best, even if it's a small thing. Or just don't say nothing at all. Maybe that. Don't say nothing. Just allow whatever people are trying to do to embrace it, be that. Don't come with a negative. Because it's like you're pushing away exactly what you want. Every time something positive comes, there's a thing that happens where it's like, boom, you can't touch me. I'm too big for you. But you're the one that doesn't have it. Your restaurant that you try to sell didn't sell. You only have that women's group that you had when you're on the show. And for me, like, I want her, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I keep on praying that there's something that's going to click and she's going to realize that version of me can no longer work. It worked then, but right now where things are at, I need to be a bigger version. I need to come from a different place. Maybe a 2.0.
She needs to evolve. She needs to evolve, Adele.
Thank you. That's exactly what I mean. Exactly. And there it is. Done.
Thank you. And thank you, Leo, for taking over. That's the kid. The kid was calling me. You know what? Here's the thing, right? This is just me. At a certain age, if you don't grow up, I think it's a sad situation, right? For anybody, no matter what their status is on YouTube, I'm gonna say, so to speak, for anybody to sit up on the screen and talk about you the best, you better than all the rest, there ain't nobody beat you, this, that, and the other, I think it's insanity. I think it's insanity. I just think it's pure insanity. And not only is it insane, like you are alienating and isolating out everybody else, your fellow co-workers, so to speak, on YouTube. Like, who does that? And at a certain age, you should know better than that. And also at a certain age, you should know that everything that's in your head, you don't need to necessarily say it. There's a lot of times, even just in my regular everyday life, people ask me about something or somebody, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I ain't got nothing to say about that.
Diva.
Yes.
Did you catch when Carlos said to Kenya, let's write a show and produce it, and you be the Black Heather Locklear? How come he didn't say, well, NeNe's such a great actress. How come she can't be Shannon Doherty? How come he didn't recommend her? Did you catch that, or was that just me?
Can I tell you something, E? I caught a lot, but the only reason why I didn't say too much is because people swear up and down I'm hating. But I'm telling you, the interview was good. Don't get me wrong, but he is the type of person where if you in my face, that's you that shit. You that chick.
Mhm.
And so my thing is, if you felt she was that chick, when NeNe said that she brought the show down in season 5 when she came, because the different direction it went and whatever, why wouldn't you say, you know what, I hear what you're saying, girl, but I think she was the one that saved the show. You didn't say that. You didn't say that when NeNe was there, but now you in Kenya face and you telling Kenya you and Portia saved the show. Well, if Portia and Kenya saved the show in season 5, how is this the house that NeNe built when it was only 5 seasons
Yes.
before those two came? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
be sitting here listening, and then I listened to it twice and sometimes 3 times, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give my generic recap on this, because what I really got to say, the people ain't ready, because people hear what they want to hear. But I said, ain't this some mess? You said those two out of his mouth. He said they saved the show in season 5. I'm like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This game is up to what season right now?
Season 15.
That's my point, right? But you saying this the house that she built, and nothing really mattered if once NeNe was gone. But at season 5, the show needed saving. Out of his mouth, he said that the show needed saving, because those.
I'm about to go back and watch it because I'm trying to think, what did I miss?
Oh yeah, he said that.
Oh, he said that.
He's come on, didn't he? Because I watched it.
Yes, he said that, and he said it needed Portia and Kenya.
That's what he said.
Because the girls were going on strike because they were protesting against Kim Zodiac.
Yeah,
And
they didn't want Kim on the show.
Not
pleaded for
going
what
on strike.
he said about the discrimination, and he could have stuck with that. However, when he said that, you can't say that NeNe built the house, because the house didn't even have the drywall up yet on the inside. It just the kitchen floors weren't even laid down good. You didn't even have the windows on. We were just getting to 2 million views. The peak of the Housewives was season 5 at the end, and then season 6 for real when they had that fight. But you can't have it both ways. Kenya and Portia represented violence, and Bravo keeps saying, oh no, we don't like violence, we don't like violence. But this is what saved the show, because Kenya did say NeNe did not have a prominent storyline after that, and she's right.
Yes, she didn't say that they were going on strike. They went on strike. Let me repeat that.
For a week.
They went on strike.
Yeah, they went on strike, but the point we're making, everybody. But the point we're making is, this is the house that NeNe built.
Right,
but we had
to realize Carlos was producing.
No, Carlos was not
Kenya. He was I'm not talking about the Housewives. He was producing both Kenya and NeNe on the interview.
I agree.
He was producing both of those interviews.
I agree.
He was trying to pump them up to get the best reactions for his show.
100%.
I don't think that he would have gotten those, or he would have been those as big and as, I don't want to use this word. Let me try to think of something else. A big of a character if he would have had those conversations privately. But because it was a YouTube conversation, it was amped up for a big reaction from those two. So he produced the hell out of both of them to get those reactions from both of them. And he gave them both what they needed to hear to get big reactions from both of them.
Okay, so we don't disagree, right? But my thing is, if I got my friend, because he claims he besties with both of them, right? Ain't no way I'm gonna play come on. There's no way on this earth I'm gonna play my friend. Let me tell you something. My friends right now, feel them 20 years deep, and we tell each other, no, you ain't about to say that. No, ma'am, you not. No, what you're gonna do is you're going to calm down, then you're gonna go back, do this, do that, bop. I'm talking, well, darn near all of my friends, roll it in the cash at the peak and top of their career, and would never lead me down the wrong road.
Exactly.
Not for one freaking second.
Right.
So my thing is, I'm like sitting there like, You're playing both of them out.
Mm-hmm.
They falling into the trap.
Absolutely.
But then people thinking he's my friend.
Right.
He ain't your friend. He played NeNe to the max. But the thing is, NeNe fell right into every booby trap.
Absolutely.
And the end part is where I said, oh, I wouldn't fool with him. Because when she asked him, all he had to do was give her one save. All she asked for was one save. How did you feel I was getting treated over there? We was getting treated. And he danced around it. He wouldn't give her one save. She done gave you this great interview, done gave you everything. You done hit 1 million views, and you can't give her one save. He said, oh, well,
and 100K subscribers. And 100K subscribers, because he's not going to get that.
That part. He said, he was like, oh, we all got was misunderstood. He never said mistreated. He said we was all underrated, whatever. Child bye. But
can I say something, Diva?
Yes, you can. And then I'm gonna move to the next subject.
Very quickly. I like I said, I hope NeNe pay her bills. But with Carlos King, he seems like a snake to me, because he was being fake to NeNe to her face. He's being fake to Kenya to her face. He can't be trusted. Kenya, NeNe, everybody, they need to be careful with him, because he seems like a fake person. He's a snake.
The thing is also, I feel with Carlos King, that if you knew everything that Bravo did was messy, wrong, or whatever the case may be, you're building your platform over there on OWN, then do better. But he's using the same playbook over there at OWN. Using the same exact playbook.
Exact same.
It actually is a little worse, because they're not getting checks.
It's worse.
They're getting over there.
It's worse.
There you go.
It's worse. He figured out a way to take advantage. He is worse.
That part.
And to his own people.
That part.
Boom. You better call it. Not for nothing. So is the chick that does the hip hop shows.
Mona Scott.
Mona Scott.
Mm-hmm. She's another
Mona
one.
Scott Young.
Yeah. So
no, don't y'all do Mona. She discovered Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess. We owe Mona Scott everything. Don't do that.
The Puerto Rican princess right now is blowing up in ashes.
Oh no. I got to jump.
She about to be in Leavenworth. He about to be in Leavenworth.
Hold on one second. Thank you for the super chat. Johnny else live check to check. I wish NeNe would have moved in silence with her grievances. NBC Bravo wins by default if they bleed her dry financially. She cannot afford to litigate. Praying for her. You know, Lakeisha, let me tell you something. Real talk. Yes. Majority of us do live check by check. That's why I said the last time the government stepped in during that pandemic and not only let people get their unemployment, they added money on top of it. And many people, there's a whole bunch of people that came out on top as a result of the pandemic and getting those what do you call it, checks?
PPP loans.
The PPP.
If I forget about the PPP loans for a minute, I'm talking about the the stimulus that they got. Thank you, Don. So a lot of people came out on top regarding that. But this is not really a matter of whether she's living check to check or not. This is a matter of you knowing how to move. You know when to say something, when not to say, and when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away. Okay. And to know that you shouldn't come in an interview now. I would never, I don't care what the interviewer asked me, I wouldn't mention Bravo name again. That's me personally. Mm-hmm. And if I was her friend, I would tell her, I don't care who puts the mic in front of your face and asks you whatever question, don't mention Bravo. If anything, you always go back and say, you know what, when I was there, I had a good run. I had great times on Bravo. Or you remix that thing. But the more you keep...
It was good while it lasted.
That part. The more you keep pumping out the negativity, guess what? You think other employers don't see that? Why? You know, I know y'all love NeNe, but in your right mind, would you want an employee like that?
No.
Who would? Who would? I know I wouldn't.
Me neither.
She didn't thank him for the opportunity. She didn't do anything.
Right. I do want to move on from this subject, but yes, everybody hit that like button. I'm working. Go ahead, Robin. You didn't speak?
I just have one thing to say about what you just said about NeNe always speaking out about this. I do believe that in part is going to help to determine what happens in the end, and whenever they get to arbitration, that's going to be something that Bravo and NBC Universal will use against her in the proceedings, because she's really chipping away at any penny she might get from them. Because I don't foresee her coming out with a coin, honestly, but she's making it much worse for herself, in my opinion.
Right.
That
It
part.
is much worse. And because these other people got other stuff they're talking about, she probably get a coin. But the thing is, though, again, coins in your bank account, but no more coins continue to come in your bank account. Those
Damn.
coins get depleted really quickly. Really quickly.
I can tell you
Um,
that story.
Yeah, it just goes really quickly. And then especially them lawyers, by the time they eat away at your check, you be like, oh God, I won how much, you get all happy. Then when you see all their charges, goodbye. I mean, the charges are nasty. Literally, they call you on the phone and say hello and ask you 2 words. That's on your bill.
That's an hour.
Come on. It's on your bill. Their paralegal types up a letter to send to the courtroom. That's on your bill, including the darn stamp or whatever the facts they use to child by.
Better hire Phaedra.
You get all right, guys. I didn't realize that NeNe's story is going to take that long, but I should have known, right? We're going to move on from NeNe. We got to talk about this Britney Spears situation. My heart breaks for Britney Spears, because at the very least we can say this. We do know, well, not know for a fact, but it appears as if something is definitely mentally wrong with Britney Spears, right? And although maybe the conservatorship under her dad was too controlled, the non-conservatorship is a lot of freedom. And see, here's the thing about medications or about anything that we do. If you drink a lot of soda every day and you have a lot of sugary products every day, your body's going to be dependent upon that sugar. So the minute you try to cut that sugar off, your body's going to be like, what are you doing? So unfortunately, under the dad, she was heavily medicated. And her body got used to the heavy meds, whether her body needed it or not, right? And I'm not saying, oh, let's just throw on heavy meds. I just want everybody to try to follow me. So when she came from out underneath that, and they didn't balance out her meds correctly, we're seeing this dancing on the TikTok, Instagram, half naked, the wilding out, the craziness with her. But one thing I thought for sure, the moment this Sam got into her life, I think many people felt opportunists, and so did I. There's a lot of people, when they get together, even though they may say those vows for better or for worse, they really only mean for better. And when the worst come, they really want to get the packing. He came to her on her worst moment. So what's your complaint now, sir? And this man has the nerve to want to renegotiate the prenup, or else he's going to let loose of all her secrets. He's a dirty, filthy, nasty dog. And if I was in her position and her people, I would tell the nasty, filthy dog, because I think the world is going to turn on him if he does it. I would say, you know what? Go ahead and release all my secrets and all the videos and whatever else you got that you were supposed to protect me as my husband. You want to release that? Guess what? Release it, but you still ain't getting another dime from me. You are trash, Sam. So Sam is threatening to release extraordinary, embarrassing Britney Spears info if prenup is not renegotiated. What does he think he deserves? How dare you? He's pleading, give me more. Sam allegedly wants his estranged wife, pop star Britney Spears, to pay him more than what their prenup provides in order to keep her secrets following their split. Page 6 has exclusively learned. A source tells us exclusively Wednesday that the Family Business Actor 29 is attempting to negotiate concessions beyond his prenup and threatening to go public with extraordinary, embarrassing information about Britney unless he gets paid. The insider sniffs. So that's what Sam is focused on. Oh, he's been focused on that. And he's, in my opinion, he stayed in this marriage long enough just to get some money. He's trash. It's unclear how much money Sam wants. or whether the current prenup permits disclosures of negative information. Reps for both did not immediately return page 6 request for a comment. The estranged couple tied the knot, a star-studded wedding at the Toxic Singer's home in California in June of 2022. It is just barely a year, and this thing thinks he's entitled to a whole bunch of money. He's trash. Leading up to the big day, Spears and Sam signed a prenuptial agreement that page 6 was told at the time was in the Grammy winner's favor. Any money she made before the wedding is protected, a source added at the time. Spears' attorney Matthew, who helped free the overprotected singer from the 13-year conservatorship in November 2021, was involved in working out the terms of the prenuptial agreement. He's a piece of trash. After Sam proposed to Spears 41 with a custom ring in September 2021, the former federal prosecutor ensured that the same month that Jamie Spears, his client's father and former conservative, did not impede on the prenup terms. Listen, I don't even want to read no more about this man. He's freaking trash, okay? She's worth $70 million. What does he want? What does he want? He's a dirty, grimy dog. He's a snake in the grass, in my opinion. E, I'm gonna start with you.
So, excuse me. Sam, huh? I thought I heard something. Sam is an aspiring actor. Okay, enough said. He had no idea what it was going to be like to have someone who was actually this mental off of their meds, and he thought this was going to be a joyride. I kind of think, and I don't think people really understand how, I hate to say it this way, for lack of a better word, exhausting it can be kind of babysitting an adult in that manner. Even though she is an adult, it's a lot of care that goes into it. It is actual work. And now Brittany has no one, and she has a serious problem, for real. And why no one wants to confront that mental aspect, especially when we were all advocating to free Britney, is just mind-boggling. She needs psychological treatment, period. And it should have been against the law for her to marry this Peter Thomas 2.0. How can she get married when she cannot even live on her own? Like, come on. And unfortunately for her, I do think because of who she is and what a vulnerable target she is, I do think a lot of men will only be interested in her money or her celebrity or just to get attention from being with her. That's just what I think. And I do feel sorry for Britney. Last thing, I don't think she'll ever find anyone that who she can trust to truly love her at this point, because she's just too much of a target. And for all those who thought that she didn't need a conservatorship, here we go. It's a sad thing for a woman to give everything of herself to her family and kids and have nothing left. Her mother and father groomed her for this business and profited from her success, even in her adult life. And I feel like they benefited from her being impaired. But for this Sam, we need to lock him up. Blackmail is a crime under federal law and every state law in the United States. And, for those of you who are new, this includes coercing or extorting someone to gain money, property, or services, unless the victim meets specific demands. So this offense is generally a felony. Okay, so he can go over there with Tory Lanez and R. Kelly. And it's over a year in prison and high fines. So lock Sam up and put Britney in protective care because she married her damn father.
She did, unfortunately, right? And he had the nerve, which I think is an absolute joke, okay? He claimed that this is a different article, okay? And I actually talked about this in one of my earlier videos where he claims allegedly that she slept with somebody else. Now, this girl can't come on now. So they have separated after a nuclear argument that involves allegations of cheating. Sources with direct lines tell TMZ about a week ago, Sam confronted Britney over rumors she stepped out on him. Now, that girl don't go nowhere by herself. So he's gaslighting her too. He's trash. In my opinion, he is trash. Robin, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to piggyback on what E said. I'm going to add this.
Mm-hmm.
If it's true, and if it can be proven that he threatened to tell her secrets, I would be in court seeking to nullify the entirety of the prenuptial agreement
Come
based
on.
on that, first and foremost. And then I put extra sauce on it and get an annulment. Done.
Yeah.
But that's just
Yeah.
me.
Come on, Robin.
Yeah, come on now.
There we go.
Jamie said I agree. Diva, people love Britney. She has a virtue. She was a virtue prisoner in her own home when under conservatorship. What secrets could she have? No money. Release him. He will be toast. Toast. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Once again, I'm agreeing with my E sister and my Robin sister. Man, bump him. Let him put out whatever he wanna put out. Bump him. I feel so sorry for Britney because she has no one in her life. Imagine, Diva, you don't have no friends. You can't trust your family. She can't trust the doctors. She can't trust the judge.
Wow.
Like, she can't trust anyone to look out for her best interest to get to a place where she can heal. She has a disorder. She is bipolar. That is, like he said, that's a chore. That's a job for someone who really loves you. This husband was never there for her. He was only there for the opportunity that he thought he was going to have with her. He never cared about her. And I find it so, so, so sad. And I don't think that she's ever going to find someone who, I'm not going to put that in the universe. I'm going to say that I hope that she finds someone that she can trust or either become lucid enough for herself to be able to find some help and some security for herself.
Yeah.
I hope she builds a relationship with her children.
Yeah.
I just, this is bad for her. This is bad. But like Robin said, I would nullify the whole prenuptial. I would get the whole thing annulled because you're gonna threaten me with some secrets. Man, forget you.
I'm mad at the ex. I'm mad at Kevin Federline too. And the reason why is I know somebody who parents were. I mean, when I tell you the drugs was bad, I mean, very bad drug addicts, right? Raised by the grandparents. And every time their mother came to the grandparents' house, the grandparents is like, that's your mom, respect her.
And that's what he should have did.
And that's what
Kevin should have did.
That's
he
what
should have stepped up for the mother of his children.
Facts. They never left with her. What's the harm? What's the harm to say, you know, that's your mother, respect her. She got an illness. It's gonna be all right. Mother fine now. Right now, this day, current time, mother fine. But that grandmother,
and that would have, and strategically, that would have helped him because he don't work nowhere. He ain't got no job.
Talk about it.
That would have strategically helped him if he can keep her sane and on the right path. That supports his family, that supports his children, and that supports her. And
Absolutely.
That's what he should have done.
Yeah. And I don't care what nobody say. He moved to Hawaii so he could keep getting a check. But we'll carry on. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Britney been getting failed for a long time. And here's the thing: people with bipolar disorder, it's not something where you can't control it. It's just nobody has ever taken the time out to help her get under control. It's a lot of people that's diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and they live a perfectly normal life. So it is possible that she could live a perfectly normal life. She just needed people that was in her corner to see her there. And the fact that her parents failed her first, and every other man that entered her life has failed her, it's a sad thing to see this happening to her yet again. Because I feel like Britney's never had nobody behind her. Her father got on that conservatorship just to get her money. Nobody ever really seek to get some help for her to make her a better woman. They all wanted something from her. And they continue to want something from her. And I pray that the Lord give them what they deserve. This man shouldn't get nothing.
I hope he don't get a dime. The Don, what are your thoughts?
I hate to say this, but I don't think Brittany was ready to not be under conservatorship when the judge released her.
Yeah.
I think that, yes, they should have released her from her parents, but I do think that maybe a guardian ad litem should have been assigned to her, or, some type of lawyer, someone should have been assigned to her to look over her and make sure that she was making sound decisions. Her whole reason for wanting to get under conservatorship was to marry this man. And look what he did to her. In a year, he's taken advantage of her. Clearly, he's taking advantage of her. He's trying to get money out of her. He had a plan this entire time. And just think of all the Hulu network, the people protesting outside the courts, the social media blitzes, everybody, all of her fans going crazy. And what are we saying now? Her parents were right. It's crazy, but someone should have taken up the mantle for her to make sure that she was making sound decisions. Because if you look at her social media now, you look at her eyes, it's just,
ooh, it's gone. She's gone.
It's blank. It's blank. So, I just want her to have a healthy relationship with her boys. I'm not even sure how often she gets to see them. But no one has been there for her. It's just like she's been the moneymaker for everybody since she's been a little girl, since Mickey Mouse Club. And somebody has to be there for Brittany, because obviously she's not able to make sound decisions for herself right now. And I want her to get some help, and somebody to help her that wants to help her and not take advantage of her.
Yeah. It's pretty sick and sad though that you so desperate for money and you don't even last darn near a whole year, and you think you're entitled to something more than the prenup says. It 365 days later. I don't know. I don't even know how any court would even consider what he has to say. And like I said, you might as well listen. The people don't know so much about me anyway. Go ahead and tell them the rest, but you ain't getting a dime of my money.
Well, it depends, because the judges can be paid for.
Yeah. Sebastian, your thoughts? And wait, hold on. Luciana said, Brittany signed the prenup. The problem is, Luciana, is he wants the prenup renegotiated. It's not about.
Oh, he gonna drop the bomb with her secrets.
That
secret stuff he ain't gonna want out. Man,
what kind
let me
of
go
husband,
on mute. I'm about to cut.
Right. What kind of husband? How could you hate me so much in 365 days? You knew what you was getting into when you got into it.
Well, don't cheat then, allegedly.
Oh, hush. If Kevin was the real man, and he knows that his sons, he don't want that information out about that mom. Kevin, you such a thug. You go take care of that. Sebastian, you hush. Don't you say nothing about that cheating stuff. You better not.
Go ahead, Sebastian.
The thing is,
you better not.
Why am I saying Whitney? Brittany is not there. Brittany has been gone for years. The day Brittany left this earth was the day her family was able to medicate her with lithium. Have you seen what lithium has done to someone? I have. I've seen what lithium has done to someone. In high school, there was this kid who had schizophrenia, and lithium is sometimes given to people with extreme schizophrenia. His personality is completely gone. He's gone. He's
That
gone.
don't happen to everybody, Sebastian. Different medications work for different things. When you talking about mental illness, a lot of the medications are prescribed to them because they all have the same effect. Most mental disorders is of effect of the brain. It's affect the way your body retabulates. And in a kid, it's only until they get to their teenage where their body actually label out and they can come off of it. So don't do that because lithium has worked on a lot of different patients, including one of my children. So let's not do that.
Okay, I understand. Yes, it has worked on some people. I'm not saying that, but you never know if someone was misdiagnosed. And in Brittany's case, she probably was given the wrong thing for the wrong thing. Because I don't think Brittany's a schizophrenic. Also,
A lot of
Let
different
him finish.
mental
Let him finish.
disorders.
Though, in my opinion, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead, Sebastian.
also, you guys are saying she should be back. No, some people have said she should be back in a conservatorship. 100%. 100% agree. Brittany's not here anymore. Brittany is not capable of making sound decisions, which is why we're going to go to this thing. She is not capable of being a good wife. She is not capable of being only with her husband. Therefore,
Excuse me, Sebastian.
therefore, I'm speaking facts. Therefore, if he wants to renegotiate his prenup, he has every right to, because we've seen heifers done the same thing.
Sebastian, get the hell out of here.
We are not going to do this and drag this man. He is a successful personal trainer, and I've done his personal training courses as well.
Oh,
He is
please.
a personal trainer. We are not going to bring this man to hell. This is an immigrant. He succeeded. He lived the American dream. We're not
American.
Sam Ashgari, the worst thing he did in his life was marrying Brittany Spears, who was not ready to be married. But Brittany Spears, the worst thing that she did in her life
was marry him.
Sadly being with her family and trusting her family a lot. That's one of the worst things Brittany ever did.
Well, if marrying her was the worst thing he did, why does he want to take her money? He should just leave everything. And
she cheated, allegedly. She cheated.
Oh,
Sebastian, let me say this, Sebastian.
Oh, God.
There was supposed to be at least one person in that relationship that was in their right mind. And let's, for just speaking purposes, say it was Sam. Why did he marry her? Why did he marry her knowing that she wasn't ready? Why did he take advantage of her? He didn't
take advantage of her. Don't cheat. Don't cheat.
No, get out of here with that cheating nonsense.
If you don't cheat, you won't have to deal with the blowback. You won't have to deal with the blowback.
Hold on, guys, because the train is shaking. I'm moving on with that cheating nonsense and the gaslighting.
It's not nonsense. It's
the train has already shooketh.
If he wants to
off the rails.
Go with that
Hey, Diva, I put the thing for lithium in the chat.
Yeah, listen, I know about lithium, right? And I know about medications. Let's be clear here. You know, different point blank in a period, everybody reacts to medications differently. There are people that are allergic to certain antibiotics, because my sister's allergic to one, right? There's some people that they take this and it brings them high. There's other people take the same thing and it'll bring them down in a low. So I really don't want to have the debate over medication, because medications have to be leveled out. There's some medications where somebody can take 5 milligrams and the next person has to take 10. Sometimes it's based on your rate. Sometimes it's based on your condition. It's a whole lot of spectrum with the medication. But I will say this, and this is a point blank period, when it comes to mental health, right? When it comes to mental health, there is no book that tells you if I'm diagnosed with X, this will work perfectly. It's
exactly.
Not. They have to do a shake a shimmy shack based upon evidence-based situation to say, well, 9 out of 10 people, when they were diagnosed with this, we gave them that and it worked for them. Don't mean it's going to work for you. It's a trial and error. And there are some people who go into a pit and they just never recover from that pit. So everything everybody is saying is true. Some people, lithium has done them dirty. And when I say dirty, it has done them dirty. So what Sebastian is saying is a fact. It doesn't work for everybody, right? Ritalin has done a lot of people dirty. So there's a lot of medications that have been given to people that it just triggered something in them. There are some people that have underlying conditions that they could live their whole life with it, and then one thing happened and boom, it takes them out. And then they find out in the autopsy, like, oh my God, all their life they had a hole in their heart and we just never knew, or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, I want to bring the train back on the track. And I want to say this. First of all, I think we all can agree that there is something going on with Britney. With that being said, okay, why? Let me see. Hold on one second. Paige said, why wasn't there a test for mental health instead of doctors testing meds on people? I'm confused about what you're saying. Right? There are some people that are so far in their addiction to pull them out, or so far in their mental illness to pull them out. You got to give them meds. You got it. Hold on 1 second, E, and I'll let you go because I want to get to the other people that didn't even get to speak on this yet. There are some people. Let's take it to something real simple. They got high blood pressure, and the doctor tell them if you eat right and change your eating habits, your blood pressure can come down. They come back to the doctor 3 months later, their blood pressure is still out the roof. Okay, well, I'm going to have to give you this med, or you're going to walk out the street and you're going to die somewhere, right? So that's the same thing with mental illness, right? You can be at a certain point or be diagnosed with a certain thing. I may be able to give you a piece of paper with some tips to deal with that mental illness, right? But then I see maybe a week later, your family's calling me, no, this person's still freaking out, this, that, and the other. Well, I got to put this person on some medication before they harm themselves or maybe somebody else. And then work our way backwards. You understand what I mean? Work our way backwards where we try some other techniques, some holistic techniques, and maybe they can lower their meds and eventually get off. But to save themselves and the other people right now, I got to put them on some meds, right? So when we talk about just healthcare and mental illness or just a regular diagnosis of different things, it's a mixture of stuff. It's a mixture of stuff we would have to bring into that picture. It can't be so generic. Do I miss nursing? You know what's so funny? Increase matters. Once anybody in your family or your life know you're a nurse, indirectly you're nursing the rest of your life because they will call you before they call the doctor. And some of them they call you, be like, do me a favor, hang up and call 911 because that's what your situation is right now. But I do love it, right? I do love it. But you know, I know what I know, what I don't know, I don't know. But I'm just saying, right? So or is this karma for what she did to Shaw Jackson? You talking about taking her man? You know what? Here's the thing. I read a book about karma. And thank you for the super chat, Tom. Listen, if karma happened that easy, we all would be done. Because all of us have done some stuff in our life that could be considered messed up to somebody out there, right? So I don't think it's karma. I think point blank, simply her. And what's the other? There's another young actress that is still going through it too. I think they simply got some type of mental illness going on that needs intense therapy and the right doctor and maybe the right cocktail of medications to help them out.
Amanda Barnes. Amanda Barnes.
Amanda Barnes, yeah.
Yeah, her. Okay, let me move on to Felicia. What are your thoughts on this situation?
Shame on Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So you got married, it didn't work out, you got a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the value of it is, you take that, you take your acting skills.
Come on.
Your whatever, what is it that he does, Sebastian? He's a workout, whatever, genius.
Exercise, whatever.
Keep doing your videos or whatever you do and move on with your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if he was such an honorable person, this whole thing about blackmail, what are you going to accomplish?
Right.
What are you going to ultimately accomplish?
Right.
If you have skills, if you have honor, if you got some dignity, you can't do this job anymore, compensate him what you would, let's say, a home attendant. Pay him and let him move on.
That part. You know what? One time there was this person in my life, because when you're close to people, naturally, they probably know so much about you, right? And I knew it was them that was running their mouth. and all I said to them was like, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. I ain't even going to say much. I said, just like you know everything about me, I know everything about you. I said this would be a you know what show. But if you want the show, I'm here for it. I'm here for the show. If you want the show, that's the only thing that's going to stop you. If I participate in the show, I said I'll participate in the show. But I said, you know what? I'm very vanilla in comparison to you. So do you want to do this? I literally had to text the person that and was like, listen, we could do this if you want. But I think it's really low of a person when you was once close to somebody and you know all of their business and then you want to start telling it. That's just so low. That's just so low down and dirty, right? But sometimes you got to meet the people where they at and then rise yourself back up. So that particular person, you know, I let them know. I met them where they was at. I didn't release nothing, but I let them know, if you're going to put the cards on the table, then I'm going to put mine on the table too. But do you want to do that?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. Diva, did you ever think about getting into being a medical esthetician? In most states, only someone with a nursing license can get into the high-end skincare. You know, maybe I'll look into that. Thank you for that, Paige. I did not know that, but I appreciate that. Adele, what are your thoughts on Sam?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Well, okay. This is very sad. Like, there's a part of me that's just like, when is she gonna get a break? She just need a rest.
Yeah.
Something easy. But my response come with a mixed baggage here, because with mental health, there's so much that's involved, and I will echo what the beginning of what you said about, you know, anyone in a person's life that's has mental health issues. It's not that, you know, a lot of them can take care of themselves, but they'll become an eye to help watch out for certain things. You know, I have a friend who actually is bipolar, and she talks about, you know, the times where her husband was the one that saw the triggers coming, and she then learned to see them. And when she gets like that, she goes away. She's from the islands, so she literally leave Canada and go to the islands because she knows she needs to take a break. Because if she doesn't do it, she's gonna go into psychosis, and then she won't be able to stop herself. So it's like all of it is a lot about self-care. That being said, I know Sam got with her while she was under the conservatorship, and that means all the things that were there were in place. The unfortunate thing is that maybe the conservatorship was good for her, but it was done in the wrong way, with too much of her liberties taken away, because that's not what it's for. It's there to protect the person, not to keep the person prisoner, right? That being said, I'm going to say this, and it's just my opinion, and please just let me run with it until my opinion is done, please. There has been a history of different things said about her being a little bit promiscuous. It's her right to be with whoever she wants, and she's a woman, just like men do it. She can do it too. But I'm just saying, it has come up several times, and maybe it's just a part of who she is, right? But that can also explain another layer of the situation. Some men can get their feelings hurt, think that, oh, they want to be the only one, this. And when the person decides that, you know what, you may be one of another one, and he decides to lash out. But for me, it seems a lot that you're going to talk about letting out their secrets. I don't care if I love you. I don't care what you do to me. I'm not going to be letting your secrets out. So that's where it gets a little bit mustard to me. It's like, were you here waiting for me to mess up so you can, especially knowing all that she's been through? Like, she just needs a break. She just needs someone to love her. And even when she mess up because she is in a certain place, still love her and say, you know what, maybe it won't work out, but I'm just going to pray that you know, all that you still have to deal with, you're going to be okay. And I do believe, you know, her kids have been through a lot. I with Kevin Federline, I do believe he is leeching off her, but I also believe her kids have been through a lot. So there's a mixed baggage there. And I do thank God that even though he's messed up, he's there for the kids. So a lot of it is like some good stuff, some bad stuff, some good stuff, some bad. Like, it's like you can't you can't separate. You don't understand what's going on. So like I feel even bad even talking about it because you can't really decide or see what's really what, or you don't know what's what. So I'm just gonna just pray for them because I apples and oranges are mixed up right now, and I don't know which one's which. That's
I
it.
appreciate your comments, and I want to say this, and I'm not talking about Britney Spears people. I'm talking generically for 1 minute. If you hear I was a lady for the streets, because it's been out there for years, you know I'm under conservatorship, and you know I'm heavily medicated, but yet you was in my video, you danced all up on me, you got with me, you wanted to be with me. Medicine or no medicine, you saw the signs before you popped the question and purchased the ring. So now 365 days later, none of this came up. None of this was a major problem for you while we was courting. While you helped beg for my freedom, free Britney, free Britney, free Britney, free Britney. We was good. None of my wicked ways that came up in these 365 days when we said I do, it didn't bother you. You knew you was going to have to be a caretaker unless he was just dumb, stupid, or both. He knew he was going to have to be a caretaker because this was a lady that didn't have her own freedom and rights for years. For years, she didn't have her own freedoms and rights. She couldn't do nothing she wanted to do, including sleep with him and try to get pregnant by him. He knew this. And it was all good in the hood. Then when she gets free, he pops the question. And now 365 days later, barely, he can't take it no more. You entitled to what? What did you help her do to make that money in 365 days that you want so much of it? Whatever that prenup says, take it, brother. Go get yourself a condo or a studio apartment. We really don't care. Because you used her. And just as bad as he was saying her father was to her, he was no better. Okay? Yeah, they got married in June of 2022. It's only 2023.
Well, she cheated, so the same thing is y'all
Well,
don't
you
y'all
can
don't
keep
drag
saying she
women.
cheated, but
Y'all
here's
don't
the
drag
thing.
women who do this.
Sebastian,
So
you
if
know
only when
what?
men do it, it's
Let's
a problem.
roll with she's so loose, she's so free, and she cheated. Let's roll with that. Do you really think that she waited until they got to 365 days during that time period to cheat?
Well, cheating's
You
just
mean to
cheating
tell me
happens.
it
You don't
never
know when it's
happened
gonna
while he
happen.
was courting her? She's so loose and so free. It never happened while he was courting her. It
Well, she
never
wasn't able to
happened
go out
while...
when he was courting her.
Stop it, Sebastian.
She wasn't. She was
I,
under the conservatorship because he was dating her 4 years prior to her getting married to him.
so
So
was,
therefore,
so she
But
was...
so what? So what if she did, though, Sebastian? That's
it's
not
wrong.
his money.
It's
That's
wrong.
her
When
money.
men do it, y'all
Sebastian,
start getting
are you
upset.
telling us that
So
you're the
you
one who's been
charge
cheating with
it.
Brittany because
You
you know so well?
No. I
morally,
never would
morally, she
do.
may be wrong, but that does not make sure that he is deserving of money and to
Well, I hope y'all
blackmail
keep the
her
same energy when
because
the
she
women do it. Keep
cheated.
the same energy
You
when the
get
women do it.
divorced.
What
That's
about when
what
the
you
women
do
do it
when
when their
someone
husbands
cheats.
cheat? What about when the women do it when their husbands cheat?
You
Keep the
said he
same
was worth
energy.
$5 million. Let his ass go work at Wingstop. Go live the American dream and make chicken. Leave that woman's money alone.
Well, I hope y'all keep the
Hold
same energy
on,
when the men
Sebastian.
do it.
Denzel have to get into this conversation. Denzel, what are your thoughts?
Oh, Diva, the train went off the rails for a second.
I know more than a second. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm about to call security. Go ahead.
Security.
Security. Go ahead.
You know what? I thought that he really loved her, but you know what? Like they say, looks can be deceiving. So, he probably didn't even love her. He probably just wanted for her money. I feel bad for Britney. Those videos that I have seen of her, you can look at her eyes. You can tell she's gone. Like, I believe, this is my personal opinion, I believe she went through something when she was a child, and her parents, they're to blame. Her parents failed her. Her family failed her. You know, she don't got nobody that really cares about her. It's crazy. I hope and pray that she gets people that really cares about her to be around her, because her family and her husband, they can't be trusted. And you know, I feel sorry for her, and I'm praying for her. But for him, he needs to go get a job, and he need to get a job. He needs to leave her money alone. And I don't think he loved her. I think he used her. He's just pure trash. Yeah, and he's a snake in the grass too. He can't be trusted. He's a snake. That's it, Diva.
Thank you, Denzel. Lakeisha, you all right?
Yep, here we go.
Yes, you are correct. Promiscuity is a symptom of bipolar disorder. It's how some patients self-medicate, staying with drugs, impulsive shopping, etc. She needs medical support. That is true.
What you say, Sebastian?
Here's the thing, right? All of this can be true, but what I'm saying is these behaviors didn't just at the blink of an eye show up. They didn't. They always been there. She's always been who she was. But the difference is he wasn't who he was. He's a fraud. Not many people walk into a situation that is already disruptive and want to say, I do to that. He's a young guy. He's younger than her. Okay. And if anything, I might say that someone probably would be more equipped to deal with it and maybe really loved her and was dealing with her is if it was someone older. But he's a young guy, and I'm not saying anything about Brittany Spears. He's a young, nice-looking guy, and I just knew from the beginning. I was like, he doesn't want this. He was using her from the minute he laid eyes on her. And there are some people that'll do anything for cash. And in my opinion, he's one of them. And I'm praying that he does not come victorious out of this thing, that whatever that prenup says, that's what he should get for his sickness and in health. And see, here's my problem. He came to her in sickness. And so now you want to cry about her sickness? Kick rocks, my friend. Kick rocks. My opinion there. All right. So we're going to close this out with the last story I got for y'all. And this last story is a football player. Let me see, make sure I have it out here. What's that darn team? Is it called the Bengals?
Yes, the Bengals.
He's a football player, right? You see, here's what I'm tired of these football players and all of these pro players doing.
Sports.
These athletes. Thank you guys for all the help with the words there. The sports player, the athletes. What I'm sick of them doing is going around, dropping it low, spreading it wide, giving it to these chicks, and then the chicks lose their mind and they want to claim that, I don't know what their problem is. It was a one-night stand. Now, this one-night stand is giving you a headache, just like that. What's the guy that was with the porn star? Oh, she wouldn't stop. She wouldn't shut her mouth. Yeah, Zion. Zion Williamson. She wouldn't shut her mouth. And now here we go. We got another football player talking about she harassing me and my mama. Well, you see, you got you and your mama into this trouble. And now you got to go to the courts to help, them to help you because you should have kept your thing in your pants. So the Bengals star Jamar Chase gets restraining order against alleged harasser. Okay, this is all his fault. A judge just granted Jamar Chase request for a temporary restraining order against his alleged harasser, ordering the woman to stay at least 100 yards away from the football player and his mom. According to court documents, a hearing on if the TRO will become permanent one has been set for September 7th. Jamar Chase attorneys Jason and Michael released a statement to TMZ Sports on Tuesday filing, saying earlier today, Mr. Chase filed a restraining order in Los Angeles County in connection with Ms. Hunter's ongoing harassment of Mr. Chase and his family since 2021. After exhausting every out-of-court remedy, he was left with no other option. Mr. Chase intends to use all legal options to protect himself and family from this unwarranted harassment. We have no further comment on this matter. So the Cincinnati Bengals Wide receiver Jamar Chase, one of the best young players in the NFL, is seeking a court order against order protection from a woman he claims is harassing him and his mother. Jamar beeline to the court Tuesday to file a temporary restraining order against a woman named Amber Hunter, who he claims he had a one-night stand with. A one-night stand. Okay. In the docs obtained by TMZ, Jamar claims that Amber is behind an unhinged and disturbing pattern of harassment aimed at him and his mother, claiming she started threatening them after he refused to continue their relationship after a single night of romance. Okay, that's what he said. That's his claim there. Single night of romance, and now he got this girl harassing him, right? Jamar says he hooked up with Amber way back in July 2021, and she since tried to damage his brand, reputation, and corporate sponsorship through calculating and ongoing harassment. The NFL's All-Pro says Amber mainly harasses him on social media, where she posts false statements about him being a deadbeat dad in order to sick her 18,000 followers on him and his mom. Jamal says they do not have a child together, as Amber claims, and says she posts photos of another person's child to make it seem like they have a child. Jamal says she refused to subject the kid to a DNA test. What's more, Jamar claims Amber is spinning a web of lies about being a victim of domestic violence. He says no law enforcement agency has found her to be credible. Jamar says Amber is still ranting about him on social media as recently as this past July, even going so far to post his and his mother's personal cell phone numbers on Instagram, which he says leads to tons of harassing calls and texts. Now, why does the random one-night stand have your personal cell phone number and your mama's? Did she Google it? I'm just checking, okay? In the docs, Jamar slams Amber for what he says is ongoing harassment scheme to harm him and negatively impact his NFL career, and he's asking a judge to sign off on a temporary restraining order. All of these athletes need to understand you're hurting your own career when you want to keep sleeping with these randoms and calling it a one-night stand. Thank you so much, Jonah, for the super chat. And he's a gold digger. He's a gold digger for real. And I think you're talking about Sam, Brittany's estranged husband. And yes, he is. He's a gold digger. Okay. His bagel needs to be wrapped for a minute. Time out, player. Time out. E, what are your thoughts here? They're harassing him and his mama, this girl, and she will not put the baby, get the baby a DNA test.
Well, I say we have to have a heart, because this is my thing. Some people don't want their baby to be poked and not no young baby. No, you got to wait a little while. We got to see how things are going to go. Just like we got to wait and see with NeNe and, all that stuff Sebastian said about Britney. No, we need to wait and see, because it's I don't know about this person, but he's very cocky and arrogant from what I'm told. And I've said on this panel numerous times, women's bodies can become addicted after intercourse, and when you go through those withdrawals, we can suffer from depression, and we can actually file disability and get money, because it's an emotional thing, and for women, a lot of intercourse is internal, and so I think we need to have a heart for this woman. Whatever he did to her, he knows his powers, and it's unfortunate that he would subject his mother to this. But I can't have any sympathy. He's a football player. He did this, and I just think we have to have a heart for this lady. I need to wait and see. I need more details.
So E, this is Plead the Fifth Wednesday, but I got a question to ask you. Have you ever had a one-night stand?
I haven't had a full one-night stand, but I've messed around and it was on one night. But what's your question?
Okay, just remember, everybody, this is Plead the Fifth Wednesday. I'm saying, when you got a lot to lose, and that's what I need these athletes to understand. You a whole fool. A whole fool. If you want to sit there and have a one night stand with these chicks, and you have seen what others have went through in your position in the past. And now this one, she's so out unhinged, she's harassing your mama. She is also tagging the NFL in all of her wild posts, talking about he beat on her when she was pregnant. And the reason why people are saying there is no baby, and they're also saying that she's posting pictures of somebody else's baby, saying it is their baby, and that's why he said, "Give me a DNA test." Like, knock it off already, okay? But he's the one that jeopardized his whole career. And here's the thing: you got your mama involved now, but I want to say, what one night stand are you giving your phone number, your real phone number?
Yeah, he might be lying. Some men, they say it's a one night stand, but they've been messing with you the whole time. Nah, we got to wait and see what other details come out.
And that is facts. That is facts, right? Because she got your phone number and she got mama phone number. You wouldn't even know my mama name if I was to have a one night stand. You ain't
or your phone number.
My sister and my real phone number. Matter of fact, you're gonna get my friend phone number. You gonna text her and she gonna say, "Oh, he said meet him over here," and I'm gonna say, "Tell him I'm coming."
Yeah, I give all my one night stand Sebastian number. Sebastian, let me know if I get some calls over there.
Robin, what are your thoughts? Are you there, Robin?
I'm sorry, I was on
Okay.
mute. I said, just like you said, something in the milk ain't clean.
Mm-hmm.
It boggles my mind that the woman has your number and your mother's number.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time that you were reading that story, I was doing a remix of One Night Only from Dreamgirls.
Come on now.
I was like, oh, he
Yeah.
wants us to believe it was one night only, but she's thinking it's more, but why and how? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, time will tell.
Time will tell.
Okay.
Leo, what are your thoughts?
I'm scared. He about to get caught up in his lies, because to say it's a one night stand is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, just like you said, me and my brothers have this call because they big football fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so these dudes be getting caught up in all types of drama, all types of things going on. And we always wonder, like, you take this nobody piece of whoever that you sleeping with, and you got so much to lose on your $50 million contract, on your $100 million contract, and you slinging the peen into anything and everybody for them to come back and bite you. I don't. It's an old tale. It's an old tale. I do believe that she probably is psycho. I have never had a one night stand, since you ain't never asked me, but I didn't have a one night stand. But I do have stalker problems. So I do understand that you have relationships with people and you don't know that they crazy. That's the part he needs. That's the part he needs to admit to. That yeah, he did treat her poorly. Yep. He treated her poorly. He was still doing his thing, and he got caught up in it. And now she coming back.
Yeah,
she coming back with a vengeance.
Like the movies, Fatal Attraction. They got a whole bunch of those movies. I mean, come on, which one are you gonna believe? These are based off of true stories. Okay, the people can't get over you.
It's a thin line.
And I'm not gonna sleep on E either. E is talking about soul ties. You sleep with people, you create soul ties, and people need. And I say that to the chat and everybody listening. Be careful who you sleep with. And I know this from experience, because you create soul ties with people with the wrong person.
That is facts. That is facts. And that we can have that whole nother conversation another day. And it's real. And it's real. And a lot of people, they cannot have a good relationship with the next person because that other person is still all up in you. It's a soul connection.
All up in
Diva.
And messing up your perfectly new relationship, and ain't nothing wrong with that person, is that other person child by it's a whole nother conversation. And
It's
listen,
a whole nother conversation.
I
I done had a stalker call my job, show up at my house, leave stuff at my house. Like, it's a real thing, y'all, and you need to be careful.
You gotta be. Yeah, I will not be ignored. Come on now, BB. Fatal Attraction. She said, I will not be ignored. And there's a lot of people that these stalkers that these NFL players, these athletes get, they will not be ignored. That one that was messing with Zion Williams, she was not going to be ignored. She lost her mind. She lost her mind. He's showing up with the pictures. Listen, you got played. You got to get over it. You got played. So suck it up, Buttercup. But some of them can't. Some of them cannot. And every time I think about the side chicks or the woman who you know, even if he played her, you knew you wasn't the one. You knew you wasn't the one. Because if they not really bring you around the people and all of that, and every time you see them, it's at night, you knew what was good. It reminds me of that DMX song. What you really want from it? You played me, I played you.
I want it all.
I hear you. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is these crazy women need to go hide in the corner somewhere and get some serious help. I'm so tired of hearing these stories. I really am, because here's the thing. He posted his number to show that she was texting him nonstop. And in addition to posting this, he got harassing texts from everybody because he's stupid enough to leave his phone number up there at the top. I don't know what's wrong with these stupid people. They get the money and the money go to their head. Okay. I'm gonna need y'all to keep y'all opinions in y'all pants if you're not smart enough to understand that you can't just give it to everybody. Okay. I need you to keep your opinion in your pants. And I need these crazy women. If you know you crazy, please get you some psychiatric help before you start sleeping with people. Because I do believe that the stories that's running around, she don't have a baby, and it's supposed to be her sister baby that she's running around talking about that's her baby. And even though they don't have to stick the baby to get a paternity test, all they gotta do is swab the cheek, and so that baby can get her cheek swabbed, so we can find out that that's her sister baby. Okay, and these can get off my screen. That's all.
Yeah, you know what though? Then the sister's sick too, because you wouldn't be posting my baby acting like it's yours. But Ruthie, remember Steve McNair? I don't remember this story that played for the Tennessee Titans. The woman he was messing with, unalived him and herself.
Yep, and he had a family.
Steve McNair, dude.
Yes.
Yes.
I gotta look up that story, Ruthie. Thank you. I do not remember that story.
That's sad.
Oh,
wow.
I know him, and I might know the story, but child, I probably forgot because he was the quarterback for the Eagles.
Woo, child, I gotta look at that. So, Brandon, yeah, come on, you know I remember. Diva, I remember on one of your shows you said the side chicks don't know their place. They don't. Period. They don't. You a side chick. You signed up for it. So get the rule book on side chicks and be unheard and not seen. Stay in your corner. Know your lane. You're not the main one. I'm sorry, but that's what you signed up for.
But you can't swab my baby during the pandemic. It's COVID out here. So no, we have to wait.
Yeah, child, listen, we swabbing the baby because you're going to get up off my back.
No, we just going to look at the hair and see who got the same hair.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to the dom. Give me a minute. Paige, you would think that all of the movies Hollywood has given us about stalker movies, folks would stop playing. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Hello, you better tell somebody and say that one more again. Hashtag don't play with it.
Diva, I sent you the story.
Okay, thank you, boo. Didon, what are your thoughts?
NDA.
Yeah, come on now, okay.
And this consent form. Sorry, the guy.
Absolutely, yes. This boy is 23.
Okay.
He has.
Oh wow.
He has $50 million.
Woo.
At 23.
People.
You know, he's young. Okay. Mm-hmm. He went to LSU. Okay. He was a black male at LSU.
Okay.
He's used to a certain type of lady from LSU coming at him. You know, he's a popular wide receiver, a starter at LSU.
Okay.
You know, these young girls need to know you ain't number one.
Oh, yeah. Come on, you better talk to them. Come on, talk to the people. Okay, let me set up. Go ahead.
He ain't got no one.
Woo.
He has a 2, 3, 4. He has a roster. Okay, so you thinking you coming in being the lady on his arm. He ain't never taking you out in public, chick. You're just that one for the night. So what you need to get out of your mind is you're going to make some changes in his heart.
Come on, you not. Talk to the people. Talk to them. Come on, tell the truth.
You're not. He's 23. I graduated college undergrad at 22. If y'all want to talk about the things that football players did and up from 18 to 22 on the campus, we got to be real. And it won't just the males doing stuff.
Oh my.
Not the women. The women did stuff too.
They clocking a future paycheck as well.
Oh, they had clocks on their walls too. They had ticks on their walls. So he's fresh out of college,
right?
And so it ain't just the men giving up good peen. The women are laying it low and spreading it wide as well. And we gonna call a thing. We got to call a thing a thing.
All right.
At his age, he ain't seasoned. He's just 23. He ain't 30.
Yeah.
So he's fresh. He's used to a certain way of living.
Right.
I guarantee he doesn't have anybody in his ear telling him what to do, what not to do. But he needs to have someone now telling him, listen, you got away with this with this bird. The next one might not be so easy.
Yeah,
because what these chicks do now, some of them, they gather your stuff, bruh, and they put it in their purse so they can insert when they get home.
That's right. Later on.
You better talk about it. You better talk about it.
Hold on, I'm sitting up too, Diva.
I'm gonna let you finish. Hold on a second. Keisha, thank you so much for the super chat. You said true at Ruthie. I knew Steve McNair and their family. Is at Alcorn State University grad. He was a habitual cheater though. She unalived him July 2009. No Titans quarterback. Whoo, it's sad. But listen, I want you to finish.
Okay.
I want you to finish the Don, but hold on one second. What I want people to know and understand, this is real talk right here. The Don is talking facts. This is facts. Go ahead and finish.
And FaceTime unlocks your phone.
Oh.
Even when you're asleep.
Oh.
So she could have put it on him so good. And then got up.
Oh my God.
And then got up in the middle of the night. Put his phone up to his face.
Oh my God.
And got some numbers out of his phone.
Oh my God.
You speaking facts.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying could have got some numbers out of his phone.
Boy, them garden tools are slick, ain't they? The garden tools are slick.
It is easy to gather these things from now. Google, if she was able to Google his name, his mother name pops up. If his mom hasn't deleted all of her information, you can pay $10, $15, $20 to get somebody information nowadays. And if she hasn't changed her number, her name, number, address, everything pops up nowadays.
Right.
So I don't put anything from her from being there. And like MIP just said, the dummy left his phone number up trying to prove something.
Oh my God.
So you trying to prove her wrong, but you doxed your own self.
Oh, good God. You
brother, you're 23.
Right.
If you want to make it with no kids out of wedlock to 25,
come on,
protect yourself.
Yeah. Facts. You know what, Don? I'm real serious about this. they need these because it's gonna benefit the owners of these teams also. They need to have seminars with these players, especially when you're 23 and getting all of that money, even if you're not, because you have the potential to earn up to more of this money, whatever the case may be, and tell them, y'all gotta, you're not the same no more. Too much is given, much is required.
They do have those though, Diva. They do have those.
But they need better, because like the Don said, he just gave some street facts that I didn't even know. So now, if you're going to have this one night stand, you need to come with a burner phone. Because I'm not suggesting it, people. I'm not suggesting you have a one night stand. I'm just saying, you got to be in these streets protecting yourself, because I suggest you don't do it at all, but people going to do it. So you need to come with a burner phone, because now you came with the real phone and you up there knocked out, chilling. And here's the thing with a one night stand. Why did you sleep there? I'm not saying he did it, didn't. We don't have all the facts, but why would you sleep there? And I feel like he slept with her more than once, but I'm just saying.
I do too.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of lies. You slept with her more than once.
She was very familiar with some stuff, I think.
Yep.
And you got comfortable with her and you was laying your stuff around. But if you going to stick and move, then stick and move. And then that's going to help that person know who they really are in your life. The minute you start saying, let's go get some pancakes.
Let me introduce you.
Let's order some food. Come on now, Don. Let's order some food. They're going to change in their mind. They're going to start to think they more. And why wouldn't they? Oh, he took me, girl. No, it's more than that, because we had pancakes this morning. He stayed over. He ordered me dinner. His mother called and I said hello to his mother. I know girls that got caught up. And no matter how much I told them, girl, you know what it is. No, they swore over some pancakes, a piece of chicken and a biscuit. Of course, the mother said hello to them. They swore it was more. Girl, you know this man got a main chick, but you want to sit there, you play the game, you're gonna get hurt. Jonah, thank you for the super chat. Abstinence is key. Using a condom is best protection ever. But put your sticker on put your sticker on label. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, abstinence is key, but these guys seem to not be able to stop sticking and moving
until they make 4 or 5 babies on that $50 million contract, and then they regret it.
They regret it. Remember, what's the football player? You messing with that girl, and then you unalived her and went to jail. And the baby, remember the baby lived, but unfortunately the baby had disabilities.
Ray Caruth. That was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, Kat, what happens is if you're gonna play the game, whatever game you playing, if you playing the side chick, you better pick up the playbook. If you playing the guy who want to go out there sticking and moving, then you better pick up the playbook. Do not spend the night with the chick. Once you spend the night and buy that chick a piece of chicken, a biscuit, a piece of candy, they're going to start to thinking they your chick. If they call you up and say they need money for something, and you give it, they're going to think that's my man. If you let them, your sister, your mother, your cousin, your boy calls up, and you let them have a conversation with your family member or your peoples, they're going to think y'all got something going on.
Yep. And just a word of advice.
Come on.
Y'all could tell y'all sons, don't put your card on the room. Pay cash, so they got to get out the next morning.
Hold on.
We run Dixon out of this.
And I also think too, you need to make sure you have some type. Young men need to make sure they have some type of form of consent, be it you have it videotape or audio tape or recording. Make sure you have some form of consent, especially if you are up and coming football player or up and coming quarterback, whoever you. I mean, I don't care if you on the hockey team, the track team. Make sure if you're up and coming lawyer, you're in Harvard, you're in a different environment. You need to make sure you have some way to credibly say that you have consent with this young lady, because these girls is trife.
And what Leo is saying is something that has been pushed on college campuses. It does not matter that someone is in a special program or an athlete. They have been doing this so that the parties can protect themselves. They have urged consent forms for people in when they have relations.
It's no such thing because I can change my mind in the middle, even if I sign the paper. So you can't tell
And
somebody
that's
to
true.
sign
Yeah, but wait,
And
hold
you
on,
can
guys,
and
hold
you
on,
can
hold on, guys,
still
hold
pay
on,
that
guys, hold
court.
on, guys, because the train is off the track. I'm about to be kicked into overtime, and I got 4 more people to get to. Keisha, you are right. It's like feeding a stray cat. Once you feed them, they always going to keep coming back. Don't feed them. They get no chicken, no biscuit, no nothing. You hungry? Well, have fun at breakfast with yourself. But not me. Bye. Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are this. If a woman is not willing to let you do a paternity test as a father, that is no longer a woman.
That's a what?
That is no longer a woman.
Here he go.
Here he goes.
That is a garden tool who is denying you your rights. And you need to get an attorney ASAP. ASAP. You need to get an attorney. Because one thing we don't want you to be down, we don't want you to be down in paternity court with Lauren Lake. And then hearing you are not the father and you are paying default child support. I said what I said. You need to make sure you have paternity tests, especially when you're a young athlete. 100%. 100%. Paternity tests, yes. Always paternity tests. Because you don't know, these young women are all over the place. So are the young men athletes as well. But the young women are definitely seeking these young men athletes because they know they're getting strong contracts at their youth, in their youth. And by the time they get up to their 30, their contracts will be probably tripled. We
Diva, you got to go to Instagram real quick and go to Bravo Shade Room.
Okay. What's going on?
Baby, they had the store up and NeNe done posted on there that she didn't sign the lease for that swag boutique. It was on Greg's name. That's the reason why she closed it down.
Yeah, but
Say what?
not gonna pay though. Come on now.
She said that's the reason why she closed it down because Greg's name was on there. She discontinued it as soon as he died because his name was on there. He's not
during the pandemic.
She said she disabled the store when he passed away. She has the documents to prove it.
Okay, then she'll win in court. Then we'll see her win.
Yeah, that part.
Let me
Go ahead. Go finish up, Sebastian. You said the shade room.
Also, you have to value. Okay, the
Bravo Shade Room.
Okay. Go ahead.
Men need to value the institution of marriage, and so does women.
Yes, I agree.
That institution needs to be valued because at this point, I'm tired of seeing these stories. At this point, you know what? I'm gonna say this, and y'all may drag me. Marriage has not even become what has worsened. It is not what it was designed to be. Now people just use it as a title, and that's not what it is supposed to be. It is not a title. Being married is not a title. That is an institution. That is a commitment between the law and the Lord. And people have disobeyed that. Disobeyed that. Both men and women have disobeyed that institution. This needs to stop ASAP. People need to stop getting married if they know they can't be committed. People need to stop getting married. And you know what? It's too easy to get married. Maybe they need to make a legal thing where you only get married after 4 years of engagement. Because we have this too much now. This automatic, cheating and all these. It's too much. It's too much. These young athletes, they work very hard, guys. They work very hard, and sometimes they need to enjoy their lives. They need to enjoy their lives sometimes, but they have to remember that they are married as well. If they are married, they have to.
You saying the only way you can enjoy your life is by sticking and moving and leaving some chick out there unhinged and unruly?
Not that way. Not that way. Diva, why'd you have to word it like
trolling tonight?
Why do you have to word it like that, Diva? Not like that.
Because I'm trying to figure out what you're saying is they gotta have fun. Like, come on, stop it.
No, sometimes
the fun got him. The fun got him some chick harassing his mama in him.
Well, that is the result. That is the result of that is the result of promiscuity. That's what always going to happen is these things. But I will say this though,
Mhm.
as I said, she needs to give a paternity test ASAP. I could care less what E had to say about,
Oh,
oh, it's COVID. We're not going to swab. Yes, we are
Sebastian,
going
I
to
love you.
swab. We are
Sebastian,
going
you
to prick.
taking me into
We are going to
overtime. I
swab, and we
cannot.
are going to pull that baby's curly hair. We are going to pull.
Not
We
the curly
need
hair.
a paternity test ASAP. Give the paternity test. F anyone who
Yeah,
says no.
listen, Sebastian,
Give
I love you. I'm moving on, but you are correct. Give a paternity test. If you claiming, I think that's very unfair. You claiming it's this man's baby. Give me the DNA. Give me
no,
the
you trust me. That's
Wait,
what you
hold
do.
on.
Whoa.
No, you are one night stand. I ain't trusting
I
nothing.
know one night. I'm every night.
Diva, if it was easy for him to
Like
get,
Felicia,
if it
I'm
was
moving
easy,
on. The train is shaking.
if it was easy for him to get
Security!
her like that,
Security,
Security!
if it
security.
was easy for
Felicia,
him to
you're
get her
up.
like that,
Okay.
she could
Felicia,
give it
you're
up to
up.
anyone easily too. If it was easy for him to get it like that, she could probably be giving it up to anyone else out in these streets as well. So yes,
That's what the
paternity
men
test
love to say, Sebastian,
ASAP.
but I ain't got time to dig down deeper in this story with you. Felicia, you're up. I love you for that.
Okay, everybody, I'm up and I'm not going to be nice.
Uh-oh.
Hoeing is part of the NFL, the NBA,
Come on.
golf, MLB. The majority of these athletes are hoes.
That's right.
And they've been hoes.
Mm.
Okay? They've been hoes since middle school.
Come on.
Oh, dog, this on middle school? Middle school?
No.
That's right.
Yes, God.
Oh,
Yes, God.
The train is shaking. Middle school?
Middle school.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Woo. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
let's talk about that other life that's part of professional sports.
Okay.
The same way, if you have a very talented child that shows skills and ability, these recruiters are coming out to you when they are in middle school. If they show some kind of promise at high school, they're there at high school. And certainly they recruit them for college. And part of that recruitment process, and let me be clear, this is straight up, they show them all the beautiful women
That's
on
right.
the campus.
Mhm.
They love to put up on the website all the hot chicks, okay? And this
How
happens
about them parties
in
they have?
camp
Come on.
too. All right, so we're talking about.
In the camps?
Oh, you better believe it.
Yes,
Oh
they
my
do.
God.
When they
100%.
invite them to
Woo.
the campus, they
But
have
let
these
Felicia
parties.
talk. Let Felicia talk. Let Felicia
Now,
talk. It's
Diva,
her moment.
because I'm gonna tell you, because I know.
Oh my God.
You know how they got preseason camp? They got preseason camp down there in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Wow, all of the women are out there. Now, these women have a hierarchy, okay? So the hierarchy is, okay, Diva, the main chick.
Oh my.
She's Jamar's main woman. When she comes down,
Right.
the
You talking facts. You talking
groupies
facts.
do not approach. So you got the groupies, the ones who run in a clique. These are the women who know they've been tested. They're supposed to be clean, biologically clean, and they get passed around. Let's be honest. They get shared up. They get passed around. It's all open season. What I'm hearing tonight is that we have side chick stragglers. They don't belong to the groupies. They're not with the main chicks. Now, how do you know who's who? It's because of where they seat them. The women who are married sit in one section. The women who are like a main side chick sit in one section. The groupies are in another. I'm gathering that this woman who said she didn't have a one night stand and he said it was, is like a straggler side chick.
Okay.
So she didn't know the game. She wasn't welcome into the club. Okay. And so she's out here fighting by herself. Now, for the folks who say, where's all that coming from? I'm going to give you a little bit of history. Magic Johnson, when his story came out, all of that NFL, NBA, what was happening? Tiger Woods went outside the pool of women and brought in an outsider. into the pool. And the players were very upset because if the person had something, that meant it was going to be shared amongst the group. So these groupies, they're compensated, they're expected. They're in every city, every town. Now, the reason why you don't have as many in the NFL is because you play once a week. So you don't get to necessarily stay over. But baseball is rife with these people. Mm-hmm. So this whole piece about, well, she got a baby, she don't have a baby, it's going to be worked out. But they're all hoes. This guy, I don't care how much money he got his mama involved. He needs to clean it up and join the group, have his set group of people that he engages with, and stop going to the outsiders. He's
He definitely is that.
So your royal oats.
Well, the train is shaking. The middle school behind the bleachers. I cannot right now.
It's dangerous out there for these boys
so
and girls.
Got whipped cream.
Ooh, it's dangerous. It's dangerous in these streets in the middle school. Oh my. Denzel, you're up.
Wait a minute now. Was he in a relationship when he was doing that?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, look, okay. If he's gonna do a one-night stand, he need to be careful, and then he gonna have his phone number up. Look, did he have his phone number up?
No, he made a mistake and exposed his phone number.
Oh well, he need to be careful doing that then. He needs to be careful doing that, and he need to be careful, doing that, that one night stand. And look, when people do that type of stuff and they know that's what they doing, they should understand that person want to do it one time. They done with you. Leave them alone. And he needs to be careful. Don't have your phone laying around. Put it up, lock it up. You gotta be careful with this. Like, come on, don't be stupid. So I hope he learned his lesson, and hopefully he won't. Hopefully this won't happen again.
He just called her last night, child. All right, let's move forward.
Listen, guys.
That's it, Diva. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I can't pull it up on my computer, but it does look like here NeNe Leakes or somebody who appears to be her said Greg signed the lease, not me. He ain't here. Well, anybody with a piece of common sense knows that your debts are your spouse's debts, and your spouse's debts are your debts. And normally, before any of their money clears,
that's right,
debts that they owe have to be paid.
That's right.
So the fact that if that's really NeNe who wrote that and said that, it's again some foolish, ridiculous nonsense. Okay, because it was your store. So regardless of you or your husband signed it, you owe the $22K. But again, that proves to me you about the shenanigans in your adulthood. You about the shenanigans in your adulthood. And that's unfortunately why she still ain't ready. Okay. And apparently she ain't got it. Anywho, we're gonna keep it on. They go for the state. They go to the state for the money. Somehow, some way though, they're able to legally sue her, and they're doing it. Okay. So we will carry on. I appreciate y'all with this conversation. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I just read the last story. I just think that not all girls are one night stand, and there needs to be some communication around what you're doing, because whatever these different situations are, not everybody knows about these kind of stuff. Like what Felicia was saying, I didn't even know those things exist. So I'm willing to say maybe there's other girls out there that didn't, and I can't remember who said it, but I do believe that it wasn't a one night stand. I believe they were going out long enough for her to get his mom number, his number, and for her to be able to dream herself into being that one, because he doesn't have that one yet. Unless we're saying the one is the mom, which it probably is because he's very young, right? It can be. My mom is my main lady right now. It's what it is, right? And at the end of the day, like, I just feel like a lot of these athletes and players, it's already been alluded to, take too much advantage of young girls. There's too many stories of them using and abusing them, and when they're leaving, they're not being nice about it.
That's right.
They ghost them. They do all these stuff.
Yes.
And obviously, she's going a little bit far here, but it's like, be mindful. Like, even if you're gonna do it, I don't say do it. If you're gonna do it, be nice about it. Like,
That's right.
what are you doing? Like, why do you have to break up with a person and be so mean, be so this? And I don't know if that's the situation here.
That's the situation.
Yeah, it's possible. And that's
y'all done shook the train upside down. We crashed, we burned. We done call
You said we crash and we burn. Off the rails.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. When you want to do adult things,
my opinion. I
know your opinion, but I'm just talking mine right now, right? When you want to do adult things, you gotta be prepared for the adult consequences.
Amen.
So listen, I know that, but let me say this. I know a friend, got many friends, and I don't judge them. Y'all do what y'all do. Now I'm gonna give you my opinion as your friend, and I'm gonna give you my high level opinion. I'm gonna try to turn you down and say wrong road. But if you want to go down the wrong road and crash and burn, all I'm gonna be there in the ICU, asking them when you gonna get out and how can I help her take care of her bandages on these burns, okay? Amen. Because here's the deal. I know a girl that she dated a baseball player. She dated a baseball player. This is real life. And this is the first time I found out, hey, good boy.
What's good, Diva?
What's good? She dated a baseball player. They stay, and this was years ago, so I don't know if they still do this, but when every city they go to, they have contracts at certain hotels, and they always stay at those particular hotels.
Yes.
These girls are in the lobby of these hotels
with
bags ready to be picked as the one to be the girl for the night. Now, let's be clear. I'm not speaking anything against you said. I'm just saying this. Give me a minute. If I signed up respectfully to be the hoe and then I get treated like a hoe, then who problem is that? That's what I signed on the dotted line for. Now, if you come to somebody's hotel room with a bag, waiting for any random player to say that one or that one or this one or that one, and you go up in the room with them and you think that's going to lead to you being the girlfriend?
But Diva, what if they got a good grip?
Let me tell you something. What if
if they grip on point, they might get a ring.
Bless me indeed.
Let me tell you something. You sign up for what you sign up for, and some of these people know that the player already got a girl or already got a wife. Now, if you want to go back in the day before social media and they wanted to lie to you and you couldn't dig up really quick to find out if they truly had somebody or they did not, now with social media, the minute you meet somebody, you could get the Google in and find out a lot of stuff. And like I said, when you in the lobby with an overnight bag, ready to go up to somebody's room and sleep with them, and you just met them, you know what's good. Get dressed and leave, because I got to go to practice now. No, don't ask for my phone number. Go to the hotel room again, and I might take you. Go ahead, Adele.
Yeah, what I'm saying though, Diva, what you're saying, there's a lot of girls out there. Who I'm talking for though is the girls that are not like that. And I'm saying for those girls, which we've heard a lot of stories. I've heard a lot, not a little bit. I've been a counselor with youth, and there's 2 girls that I counseled that boys videotape them and blackmail them to expose it. Like stuff like that.
Right, I got a heart for those girls, Adele. I have a heart for those girls.
They shouldn't
They're
have.
very different.
I got a heart for those girls, but we're talking about this chick right here with this football player, where
How would you know?
something is amiss with this story. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not talking about the girl who really thought she was a girlfriend and got played and you ghosted. I'm not talking about that chick right now. I'm talking about the chick who know what she signed up for. I'm talking about the side chick that I have no sympathy for. I'm talking about the side chick. You know that man is married and you in his face and you spreading your legs and dropping it wide. You're going to get what you get. Now sit down and
I have a question.
Well, your question, give me a minute. Let me speak to Gabor because he just got in the building and y'all got me in overtime.
What's good, Gabor?
Overtime. Hold on one second. Thank you, LB. Said that $5. That is 100% true. I used to be one of those girls. Girlfriend, come on now. You know what though? This is what I appreciate right here. Keep it real with the people so we can be educated and learn.
Come on with it.
Honesty. Keep it real.
Come on. What did you say, Denzel? Keep it 100.
Keep it real. 100.
Were
you one of those girls that
Hold on 1 second, Adele.
Who those
Hold on 1 second. We can't hear. Hold on 1 second. Girlfriend, thank you for your super chat. I truly appreciate you. And you know what? Y'all said let Adele speak. Hold on 1 second, though. What I'm saying is I truly appreciate you because listen, I have girlfriends that been there and done that. And listen, I told you I ain't got no judgment. If I'm your boo, I'm your boo. But I will try to deter you from it because I know it's going to break your darn heart. If your heart's going to get broken, I'm going to tell you don't go down that road. But if you call me and say he kicked me out, pick me up, I'm going to say, hold on, let me throw my sweatpants and I'm coming to get you. But I'm just saying, if you sign up for that life, it's a rough life. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate you. Speak the facts and shame the devil. Shame the devil. Go ahead, Gabor. What is
Come get me. You ain't get no money?
Well, some of them
they doing it wrong. They doing it wrong.
They doing it wrong. But go ahead, talk, Gabor. What's up?
No, I'm just dropping in.
Nice to see you. Nice to see
you too.
Yes, thanks for being here.
But boy, who you shading tonight?
Come and pick you. What they calling you to come pick them up?
You listen, I had girlfriends. I had to go pick them up.
What was the money?
Let me tell you something.
I could at least get a ride. Diva, they could at least get a ride home. I would tell them that they could at least drop you off now.
Some of them will get you nowadays, but this I'm talking about back then. I'm talking about, I'm 53. I'm talking about before social media was this deep. I'm talking about before all the Ubers and all that, and you would sometimes have to go out in the street and wave the cab. I'm from the city.
Oh no, you're gonna at least walk me home.
Give me a minute and wave the cab and all that down yourself, and the train stop at a certain hour, and they needed help. I have picked up some friends. I have been with my man because I didn't drive like that initially. I had to wake the man up too. My boo need help. Come get me, come get her, or just go ahead and go get her. But she need help. She's stranded. And they will go get her. Sometimes I will go with them. Sometimes I wouldn't. Go get her. My boo is stuck. Help her out.
Diva, I know you talking the truth because when I was in college, I spent plenty of Saturday night down there in the emergency room because these crazy athletes would be throwing these women out naked, running them over in the car. Sometimes they would invite them over and then they find out and they're some kind of sex group. Listen, Adele, girl, this world is ugly out here.
The streets is nasty.
I'm not trying to say I'm not saying that does not exist. I am saying for the girls that are not involved with that because they go after those girls as well. They especially
a whole different group of people
together. They see
people legitimately put themselves in this space.
They cannot pass by. They have to pick every peach that they see. But the point of it is, if you guys can't hear what I'm saying, hear this. If Michael Jackson's mom can tell him, don't play with little girls' hearts, his mom should have told him, do not play with these girls' hearts, no matter who they are. Even if these girls are running down, they probably have parents or family where they didn't have that love. We saw people who their dad wasn't there, and what did? They run after men just to have a man to hold them because their dad weren't there. We know no matter what it is, do not play with these girls' hearts. And we cannot sit here and make excuses for these athletes who are holding around. If it was a girl, we'd be cutting her down to pieces.
That's right.
Guys down to pieces. It's not right, and there's no way we should defend it. When they're throwing them up the hallway, who called the security? Who called the cops? That's not right. That is not right. Stop playing with these young girls' hearts, no
That's
matter what.
right.
What happened?
Period.
You know what? I'm in overtime. I got to go
Sorry.
because Adele, you taking the train in a whole nother track here. I don't think any of us. Well, here's the thing. I don't think any of us disagree with you because listen, the average everyday person that's dating sometimes get played, and you in a real relationship, and they ghost you and they play you and all that. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about a chick that signed up for it. LV said that. Come on, girlfriend, I love you. She said, "Yes, we know when they are coming in town and what hotel they are at." All I'm saying to you is,
Diva,
Adele,
you see, she said it in the present too. She didn't say we knew. She said we know.
come on, you gonna leave LV said that alone? You gonna leave her alone? You ain't.
I ain't messing with her. I'm just letting you know. I just hope you up on game.
Oh shucks. Listen, all I'm saying is that it exists that there are chicks out there that know what they getting themselves into and know what they're doing. And if I forget about the athletes, I could put that aside for a minute. I'm even talking about these side chicks who know that the man is married. And yes, the man knows he's married too. But these side chicks who know that the man is married, then they want to get all caught up in their feelings because it's 5 and 10 years later and he's still lying to you saying he's going to leave his wife. And you knew 5 to 10 years ago that he was never going to leave the wife. You signed up for the shenanigans. You signed up for the heartbreak. You agreed to the heartbreak. You agreed to be his toy, and now you mad. You want a refund. Well, you can't get your 10 or 5 or 2 years refunded back. This what you signed up for. So guess what, chick? Don't call my house telling me you sleeping with my man. Don't call my house saying, oh, he was with me last night. Don't call my house trying to break this thing up because you mad that he didn't make the decision and it was you. You signed up for the shenanigans, and as a side chick, you get what you get. If you want to sit there and sleep around with these athletes and thinking that you're going to put it on them so well that you're the one, 99.9% of them, they're not going to marry you because you know who they want to marry? They want to marry the one that's pretending to be a virgin and to be wholesome and only been with you. That's
Girl
who
next
they want
door.
to marry.
They want to marry the one they could run over.
That part.
He's not married. He's not married. He's
That's
not
not
married.
I think you're missing the point, though, Adele. And I think we're running different.
Hey, Diva,
paths.
Yes.
one quick thing.
Yes.
Leo, what's the budget?
I think,
Leo, the budget.
in the comments, I think this a new show has been started for you, Diva After Dark.
Yes.
And I think you need to take advantage of that because the saints in the comments love it. And so one of these days we need to do a Diva After Dark.
Yep.
Diva get up.
Diva After Dark.
Talk about people who was in the life, who are about the life.
And it's gotta be something, it gotta be something righteous.
And
Diva After Dark. Listen,
I think the first
I like
topic
the
need to
title.
be. I think the first topic need to be: are you gripping it right?
All right, Don. Are you gripping it right?
I thought you had
Y'all about to kill Diva tonight.
Oh my God, she's fanning too.
Me too. Holy hell. Okay. It's overtime. Say goodnight, Diva.
Kat said
Diva, say
she
goodnight.
want her cut. Kat said she want her cut because she done named the show Diva After Dark. I love it. Y'all need to hit that like button because y'all be having me do overtime and y'all don't want to buy your ticket. Hit
And
the
subscribe too.
and subscribe too. That's what I'm talking about, Denzel. Listen, guys, y'all done ran the train off the track. We had to call security several times.
We love them.
Several times. Several times. I'm screaming
Mhm.
security.
Screaming security, okay. And all I can say is we're going to end with this. If you a side chick, don't come crying to us. We don't really want to hear your story, okay? And listen, good luck to the baby. Ask Beyonce's dad, baby mother, who was the side chick and now crying that she wants Beyonce to meet her son. Girl,
That's
you
a
messed up. Talk to your son and tell him how you messed up. I don't know what else to tell you.
Woo woo.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, Lord, you must be
She messed up
My
too
God.
because She messed up because
Buenas
Matthew's money was
noches,
predicated on him
buenas
being
Hey,
noches.
Beyonce's
Diva, you
manager.
come to
Say good
Alabama in
night.
October?
Say good
Hey,
night.
hold on. I'm about to say goodnight. Good boy, what did you say?
I said that baby mama messed up because Matthew's money was predicated on him being Beyonce's manager.
That
And
part.
without him being Beyonce's manager anymore, he's not bringing in the money that he was bringing in before. And I think that's why she fired him as a manager.
You speaking
I
facts.
think Tina told her he ain't about to use my daughter to take care of them other kids.
That point blank.
Get rid of him.
Get rid
I
of
know
him.
that's right.
Cut him off. He got to
Mhm.
go. Okay.
Out of me and his sacrifices, and you about to come and take care of this other baby, get rid of him.
Get rid of him. And now her and the baby are pretty much starving. But that's on them. Starving in comparison to being, a Knowles. Okay. And then, lastly, to the ones who want to just sleep with an athlete on a one night stand, and you think that you're going to hit it big, or you think that you want to get pregnant and have their kid, and then you get yourself a nice check. Well, talk to Tristan Thompson, that chick who he won't even come and meet the baby. That's the life you want? So you want to have a baby in the check and a man that is flaunting all the rest of his kids around on the Instagram, everywhere, but won't even come meet yours? Be careful of the sneaky things that you do, because the boomerang may come back around and get you in the booty. Okay. Talk about come on, Sheree. There's plenty of examples of how listen, 1% of the side chicks win. And do they really win? 1%. Look at the queen. What's the queen now?
It depends. It depends.
It depends, right? But she look a hot mess though. So did she really win?
Who?
You talking about Camilla Boyles with King Charles?
Yeah. Camilla looks a whole hot mess. Did she really win? Listen, in my opinion, the side chicks never win.
Nope.
Camilla is an old hoe. And that's why she looks like
Alicia Keys won.
That part.
Alicia won.
Okay, yeah. Ariana Curry. Yeah, come on. He calls you a peasant and you still let loosen you. You got to be a fool.
Alicia Keys, Diva.
Yeah. What you said, Gabor?
Alicia Keys.
Alicia. Oh.
Alicia. Ooh.
Woo.
Woo.
I gotta go.
She got to go.
Lorsa Pippen. Come on now. We can name the side chicks that's not winning. Come on now. But listen, guys, I'm way over time. I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow.
Love you, Diva. Love y'all.
See you next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks for
Bye. Y'all bless Mike. Bye.
Diva After Dark. Bye, guys. Oh my God.
My Wi-Fi held out all night. Yes.
Good job, Robert.
Thank you.
Hey, Diva. Now, Sherelle coming to Alabama in October. You coming?
What's October?
Carly Russell, first hearing.
Child, you know I ain't coming to see that.
Wait a minute, hold on. I told Sherelle, I said, I'm ordering these spy glasses because they say we can't have no cameras in the courtroom. I said, order these spy glasses.
Don't get caught.
Don't go to jail.
Wait a minute, hold on. I told Sherelle, I said, my husband said, you better not download it from the house. I said, I'm going to go to Walmart to you.
Yeah, that's even worse. A public place, girl, bye. You know the thing is, I have a feeling they're going to stick it to her.
Well, it's the preliminary hearing.
Yeah, they're going to stick it to her. They're going to stick it to her because she didn't humble herself.
Of course they is.
Yeah, you gotta humble yourself. I mean, be humble.
Well, she won't even tell them what she was doing for the 49 hours, and that's like really making them mad.
Because you know why she's not going to tell them? Because I really have a feeling yeah, that's what I was going to say, Rob. I really have a feeling the parents helped her. There's no way she would have survived. She's not that type of chick. She didn't come from that type of family. Just like, my son, he wouldn't survive in nobody's street for 10 hours.
Who?
My son. He was.
Who y'all talking about?
Oh, they talking about
Carly Russell.
She doesn't want to tell where she was in that 49 hours because I think at some point her parents really knew and they was helping her and they was trying to figure out how do we get her back home and make this thing look believable.
But why would we even send her back home? She was supposed to be in South Dakota walking down the street with a shirt on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
She wasn't supposed to come home. We
Yep.
in too deep.
We
in too deep.
You are correct. You are correct. But you know what?
That's how she couldn't get out the state, because they had the state all barricaded, so she couldn't get out.
Yeah, she messed up. She messed up big time. But it's what this real sad part about it is she destroyed her life. And for what? And for what? She destroyed her life. Destroyed her life. Yeah. I wasn't going to do it today because we did too many sad stories. But you know that teenager that she was in the car with her, well, I guess ex-boyfriend or boyfriend, whatever one you want to say. And I think his friend. And she rode
I was
the
just
car,
reading it.
100 miles per hour into the brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
They gave her life.
And she's not eligible for parole until 2038.
Oh, my God.
Well.
And for what? Because somebody wanted to break up with you?
Yep.
Yeah. They said, go boy, come back.
Where I'm at.
Diva, I want you to know that in the chat, I wrote that you and I were collaborating on a book. I think I wrote that it's called Side Chicks for Dummies. You know that in the chat,
yeah, we could collaborate on that book. Come on,
we need to do that.
No, you gotta know the rules. You gotta know the rules.
And I feel like for 2038, that ain't nothing but 15 years from now. You know
she's young, right? But she still destroyed her life. Like I couldn't spend a day in jail.
Me neither.
And then, but you know what, though, boy, because the judge was so pissed at her, I think even when she come up for parole, they're not letting her out.
You think so?
No, she's gonna get parole because this.
Well, it depends on, you can't hold somebody in there if they qualify. Like that's why OJ got out. You know what I'm saying? If you no matter what you did, if you qualify for parole and you haven't really did nothing, they have, it has to be a reason. But that's a young white girl in America. You're right. They're gonna let her out. They're gonna let her out.
And you talking about the white girl? Oh, the white girl versus the black girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, her life is destroyed, and for what?
We gotta look at the parents though, because if you know that you had a daughter that was spoiled and doing crazy stuff like that, she don't deserve a car.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a child and they under 18 and they done already smoked weed before and drinking and stuff before, could you really trust them to make sound decisions?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because I'm pretty sure her parents walking around living with that guilt.
Well, that should be part of the sentencing discussion, and the parents need to come clean and say, we allowed this, that, and the third, and we gave her, and we were indulgent, and that might have an effect on her sentencing if they admit some measure of complicity.
Well, the judge was pissed at her. I forgot exact words that he used, but he used some harsh words to say pretty much that's why they gave her the max too. He said
this wasn't an accident, it was murder.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go look it up because I only saw like headlines. I didn't delve into that story.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Schiller is her name.
Yeah. And he felt like, you wanted to be there, but now you pretty much gonna die in jail.
Did you see the one with the guy who went and killed his baby mama at Home Depot?
Yes,
she was at work and he was texting.
Yeah, his mama deserved life too.
And it sounded like to me that her and her mama was in the same car, or they, at the very least, they probably worked together because the mama was saying, wait until she get out the car. Don't get to shooting at the car and shoot me.
The mama was the manager. She was the one that told him exactly where to go. That's why he was in there less than 2 minutes before he shot her.
Wow.
In my opinion, can you do me a favor? I don't know this story. Can you possibly email me?
Yeah, that one was really sad too. But it's
about which one?
Definitely the one you was talking about, Home Depot, but even all your stuff, because you come up with some good stuff.
Child, that's cause let me tell you something. I go down this rabbit hole on this internet, and then I be trapped in the stories. Like right now, I'm trying to get Sherelle to get this story out about Onisha because I want some justice for her real bad.
You need to put that in your crawl and in your that tab at the top. Justice for Onisha, because you have not spoken about it since the first time, and you said you don't want us to forget. So if you can add it to your crawl.
I can.
Okay,
I can
so
add
I
it. I can
would
add it. I can
respectfully
edit.
suggest
I can
that.
edit. Yeah, I can edit and add it. But yeah, so
I
with
put it
that
in the
one,
chat. My opinion.
yeah, that one was
The private chat.
the mom is psychotic too. So it's like who encourages
Hi,
their kid
Diva.
to kill somebody? Hey,
And
Dustin.
she was saying, don't tell your grandmother because she'll stop you from doing it. It's like she wanted her to be.
Yeah,
She wanted him to do it, and she actually told him. She said, "You a bitch if you don't do it."
I know.
Yeah, and then she gonna say delete the messages so they don't know I sent it to you. I
People
was like,
so
what
stupid
kind
though.
of
That's the
mama
stuff that I
is
be talking.
this?
That's the stupid stuff that I be talking about now. We know now whatever we text, once we put it out there, it can be found.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I could see if he was reaching out to his mom like after he did it and you trying to help him. You know what I'm saying? But assisting him
Hi,
before,
Adele.
and that's crazy.
Aiding and abetting.
Yeah.
Opinion.
Also,
I put my email in the chat.
he officially filed. He's a piece
People,
of
we still live?
no.
No.
We're
Oh,
live.
shoot.
It's
Oh, we
they
are.
live.
Live.
We're still live, Diva.